Ho, 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 ho!
Oh, thanks, Dad.
You're gonna like this. No, don't shake it. We're gonna have to open it now. It won't wait till Christmas.
What is it?
It's your new pet. You gotta keep him out of bright light. Keep him away from water. Don't ever feed him after midnight.
Billy, what are these things?
Gremlins.
How come a cute little guy like this can turn into 1,000 ugly monsters?
They might even replace the dog as the family pet.
And there we go.
Yeah. Man, it's always good to do a Christmas movie that people like to debate as to whether it's a Christmas movie. This one's a little less. This one's a little harder to debate than the one we did last year. You know.
Yeah, we did Die Hard. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, of course. Gremlins is a Christmas movie, of course. Krampus is a good Christmas movie, of course. If you're a bit of a, if you hate Christmas a bit,
if you're a bit of a cynical, nihilistic bastard or something.
Yeah. That's why I watch Krampus every year, man. Been watching it every year since 2015, and I love it. I love it.
I just recently, that was one of the restreams I did recently. I got to kind of re-experience it, and I still still remember being. Yeah. But how are you doing today, buddy? It's been a bit since we did one of these. It's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it has been. Just giving a heads up to the chat. I'm basically half dead right now. I puked this morning. I puked this afternoon at work, and yes, I puked like 10 minutes ago, so I'm half dead, but the show must go on. So if I just pop out for a while, Dark Hour is going to take over. But
assuming that the Ravens aren't in the middle of losing by 30 points, I should still be pretty happy as it goes along. Because at about 4 o'clock, that's when that game starts. So you might see me from time to time while you're looking over here. So,
let's get out the guests, man.
Yeah. Okay. Making his return from, I don't know how long it's been since I've been on with this guy. But half the time I can't understand him, despite the fact he guarantees me that he's speaking English. That's the Northern English bastard.
I speak English, man. Yes, thanks for having me on, and hail you beautiful bastards.
Oh, dude, it's great to have you on, man. I always love having you on.
Yeah, I'm not on enough, am I? I am not on enough. I should.
Yeah, dude, definitely, man.
I got plenty of movies that I think you'll be fine for. The end of the year, what I tried to do was I tried to get more people in that hadn't been on for earlier in the year. So it seems like I'm ignoring some of the regulars from earlier, but it's more that they just already got a chance to be on.
Luke, he's lying. He's just ignoring you, man.
Yes, I don't like this guy. Fuck him. He's going. He's gone. Bye.
Don't be afraid to branch out. I mean, fucking hell, it's good to get to know.
But I like to bring back everybody when I can, because you guys are all fun people. You all do great work, and it's just a matter of it's a balance. You got to bring in the new, but you also got to keep the old as well. So
true.
But yeah, we're glad to have you, man.
I've got to be here, man, and God, I love this film. It's a fucking crazy Christmas film, and yes, it's a Christmas film. I don't care what anyone says.
Joe Dante, man. I love Joe Dante.
Yeah. So our next guest had actually approached me on Twitter a while back, and we did a little bit of a collaboration on one of his videos. So this is actually the first time I'm ever bringing someone on where I've been on their channel for not a live stream or anything first. It's a very interesting situation. But his name is Lumar.
Hello there.
Yeah,
also from England.
Yes, from the north as well. Yes.
Oh, we must be brothers. We must be.
Oh my God, these guys are going to start babbling in a language that we can't understand.
Yeah, you guys are definitely related at this point.
Beautiful.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Thanks for coming on. I know that we've been trying to get you involved with one of these for a little while now. We've been talking for probably about like 6 or 7 months. about this. So
I believe I reached out to you on Reddit to congratulate you
was it
on
Reddit?
one
It
of
might have been
your.
Reddit. I was Twitter.
I think it started on Reddit, and I congratulated you on one of your videos. I think it might have been the Daredevil Echo fight scene breakdown you did. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really good, and yeah, we ended up on Twitter. And yeah, like you said, you've been trying to get me on for ages, but you've got a schedule, man. I mean, I don't even know what next video I'm doing, and you've got a schedule for next year.
That's
crazy.
It's the German efficiency in me, which actually leads me to our next guest. So the rumor has it that this guy cycled through several types of names as he was going. He tried the Copper Commandant, the Gallium General, the Aluminum Admiral, but nothing stuck. So he finally just fuck it, I'm the Metal Goddamn Commander.
Wow, that's new lore I'm not even aware of. Wow, I'll put that down in the books.
I just made that up on the spot.
There's been iterations, but that was well after the name came to be. It was just people, oh, it's Plastic Commander, har. But yeah, hello, thanks for having me.
I had actually thought of earlier today, I was like, oh, I wonder if like I had if it was like Copper Commandant or something, and then they kind of came to me like in the last couple minutes, and I was like, I'll just throw them into the intro.
Go for it. Good stuff. Yeah.
Dude, it's a pleasure to have you all on, especially talk about Gremlins, because Gremlins, I think, is a classic, man. It's I don't know. There's no other way to explain it than the fact that it's a purely Joe Dante movie, especially from someone who loves Joe Dante. I think that he has a great filmography. Piranha, I mean, Small Soldiers, Gremlins, Inner Space. Even Gremlins 2. I prefer Gremlins 2 personally.
Gremlins 2, I have it on next year's schedule. It's one of the few times where there's not a huge drop off for one of these like lower, like, obviously there's the big budget movies and they try, and sometimes, but like this was, a smaller scale thing, and usually there's a huge drop off in quality to the second one because they just stopped trying. They're like, oh, we made our money on the first one, now we're just trying to cash out again. And the second one actually might be funnier.
Yeah, it had the Hulk Hogan cameo, so I'm just happy with that.
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan cameo.
The second one just goes all out. It doesn't care. It knows it's a sequel. It knows it's a cash, and it kind of has fun with it. I mean, even
it's magnificent.
Yeah. Even when Phoebe Cates tries to have a tragic backstory, it gets sad swept as a joke because we've already been there. We aren't going to do all that. It's a very funny little nod to the past.
Honestly, when we get to that, that's still to this day probably the most out of left field. Like horrible story about a person's background that has ever been put into a movie.
Yeah, that is gonna fuck you up. That is 1980s PG-13 nightmare fuel shit.
The way he just appears too. He's just like, what the fuck is she talking about, man? Sand Looney Tunes back in action is good too. Not as good as Space Jam though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I like Looney Tunes back in action a lot. I think it's one of the best movies in terms of product placement and how it handles product placement. It's like, we're in the middle of a fucking desert. We need to buy something. Oh, look, it's a Walmart. It's like, dude, it's hilariously stupid. I love it.
Walmart's that's the thing about Walmarts. They just appear when you need to buy something, especially in the United States. You're just like, hey, I could really use, and then you're driving over a hill and you get over the hill and the Walmart is just there. That's just how it works.
Park did not lie.
Massive hello to everyone in the chat, man. I see you, Daniel B, Razorhead, Sen, Rachel, Jamma. Who else do we have here? Oh, Neo Hippies in the house.
Trickle in for sure. We usually about like 20 minutes in is when people really start.
And we got Norman in the house. Yeah, man.
Don't forget this bad boy's been seen by hundreds of thousands of people now, Norman. So I was on Open Bar and I made sure it was front and center. Not Gizmo, me.
All right. Well, I guess we should start with our round table. What was your first experience that you remember with the movie? And I guess the honor goes to Lumar.
Yeah. This film, to be honest, out of all the Christmas films, this is kind of one that was never really in my mind, which, I don't know, I think that's a bit weird considering how iconic Gizmo is and the Gremlins are. But Yeah, I never really cared about this film, to be honest, growing up. And then, I don't know, I guess within the last 10 years, I've started rewatching it a bit more, and kind of the more production side of my brain has kicked in, and it's like, wow, these animatronics are really fucking good. Like, wow, the camera techniques, using bigger models for the close-up shots and all that shit. And yeah, honestly, now it's kind of one of my favorites. It's just, for a PG-13 movie, it's so fucked up, and I understand why it's PG-13. Like, I think this was one of the films that made the PG-13 rating get invented, because they were like, it's kind of fucked for a kids film, but it's not really for adults. So do we have to make a new rating? And it's like, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. This film, it's it's one of those ones where I don't want something too heavy to focus on, but it's like, yeah, let's not have something babyish. Let's have something a bit fucked. And yeah, Gremlins is just a really, really just enjoyable film to watch. And
yeah, I totally agree with you, man. It was so it was this and Temple of Doom normally that created the PG-13 rating. So Steven Spielberg is really pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
You really said, fuck them kids, man. We need some adult shit.
Fuck them.
I'm telling
How about you, Metal? What was your first,
this was quite literally my first experience of the movie.
I always love when this happens. I always love when somebody watches the first time.
I thought I've seen it in the past, and then I watched it's like, no, I've never seen this actually. And yeah, I mean, it's really fun. I think it's a really fun movie. It feels like the 84 times movies where they have like these, hey, here's this Japanese old guy. Here, have this weird mystical thing. Here's rules. Okay, have fun. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, we'll get to the rules. Don't worry, because those rules are something else.
Yeah, and then also immediately the animatronics. I was like, holy shit, this looks really good. How the fuck did we end up with baby Grogu? Like, what happened? What did we do?
It's funny because Gizmo was kind of the original, like, Grogu or baby Grogu. He was kind of like the first one of those.
It was literally the first fucking marketing push during a movie, like proper marketing push just for them to sell Gizmo toys and Gizmo related products.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
this thing came out
looks great.
10 plus years later, and it was still selling like hotcakes. This is the Furby. And
I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised that it still sells. I mean, it's cute. It looks great. I mean, also the way in the movie just moves around and everything just looks really fucking good.
Oh yeah,
and just makes me wonder what happened to animatronics these days, where you have like some weird puppet that just on wheels goes like me.
There was a lot of attention to detail with them too. Like, none of them have the exact same face or anything like that, which is pretty cool. Like, I mean, maybe they do, but at least not the ones you see close up. Maybe the ones they use further away, but the ones that you see close up all have distinct features, and that's like a really cool thing about them.
And there's also like a couple of fun things just in the background when you look around when he's on like this inventors thing. If like this thing in the background, they cut away, come back, and there's just a smoke on the floor, and there's like, oh, where did it go? Like things like this.
They managed to make the Gremlins feel alive. That's the interesting part. Even all the individual Gremlins, especially during the bar scene, just highlighting. Just the ones in the background, you're like, man.
Yeah, you got the depressed one, the fucking camp one, and the sleazy one. It's
they all have distinct personalities. They're not just mindless puppets. They actually have something going on. Well, it might be super simple, but they do have something specific about them.
Dick Miller is in this, and he was the gun store guy in Terminator. Yep, and he's also
he never comes to a good end.
Everything in the 80s and 90s. He was in nearly everything. He was like the Harry Dean Stanton of the 80s. He was.
Yeah, Dick Miller is a treasure, and then Dick Miller's xenophobia supports the all-American theme. There it is.
Which is funny because I'm the only American on this panel right now. I got a bunch of foreign parts for this
European invasion happening.
Oh yeah, dude. Gremlins.
But yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
How about you, buddy? You were like I think you were the first person I signed up for this one. So.
Oh, was I? Oh, nice one.
Yeah, I think so. I believe you were.
Oh, well, Gremlins. It's like, I think the first time I watched it was when I was 14. It was like 20 years after it came out. I had heard of it, but never got around to watching it. Caught on TV. And you know what? I wish I'd have watched it earlier. It was a good, very crazy little, silly little B movie, but it was a fun B movie. And I don't understand why it got a 15 certificate in England, because it just seemed like more like a PG movie. Like, it wasn't really gory. It was just a little bit intense at times, and that was it. You know.
Yeah, but England has cracked down English censorship in terms of cinema.
Yeah, it's weird.
Horrendous.
50, is that the equivalent to rated R here? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Yeah, we've had films that are like PG-13 in America, yet they get 15 here. I mean,
oh, okay, because I was going to say, rated R for us,
yeah,
you have to be 17, I think. I think that's
because us British people are pussies.
Censorship, yeah, the nanny state.
Yeah,
like
it's weird because
we're hardcore. We're hardcore.
I mean, it's weird. It's kind of like the equivalent of British film censorship is kind of like the Australian video game censorship. Basically, just have a ton of stuff being censored for absolutely no reason at all. I mean, I think it was because of the crackdown of the video nasty era, but even then, they're still really, really pushing it. Till today.
Here in America, we don't worry about that shit. People can explode. You can shoot everybody.
Well,
G-rating. G-rating for that.
R-rated
movies as a titty.
One goddamn titty.
Yeah.
Rated R.
We have like Scarface showing at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on TV. We have to wait till like 10 o'clock at night to watch that shit.
Oh, dude, really?
I've actually always said this. I wonder, like, because obviously in the American rating system takes sexuality much more serious than the European one, and vice versa.
Europe doesn't give a shit about nudity, bro.
And that's what and where I actually personally I prefer it the way it is over here. I'd rather see the violence and stuff, and like they could, there's porno. You could just like that. You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing in America. If someone's getting their disemboweled, it's fine. If they say the F word, then they have to censor it, whatever. It's weird. Isn't it?
I remember The Walking Dead did that. It's like they couldn't say they couldn't say fuck until like season 11. And it's like you'll have people get ripped apart on screen in front of people, but the F word, no, that's too much.
What was it? I remember when South Park did it, when they finally were allowed. I think it was shit. They finally approved shit, and it was the exact time that they were allowed to say it when it was timed in the episode. Like right when it was allowed, it was fantastic. It was
I think it was like the first week or so, like after it became approved, and they said it. I think it was like over 100 times in the episode just to push it. And it's like, once you say it a lot in media, it's really not that big of a deal. So why did we ban it before?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Puritans.
And highlighted something, man. There's another Joe Dante movie called The Hole, and it's a 12 here in Britain, but 18 in Ireland. There is no reason The Hole needs to be 18. Like, please don't take that out of context. But legitimately, The Hole is not. It's a PG movie basically at this point. Man, they're really exaggerating. But I guess Dark Hour, that leaves you, man. And then
technically, it's you.
Well, you
It's
first.
my channel. I mean, if you want me to go, I'll go. I can't remember the first time I saw this. I know my dad showed it to me when I was a kid, but I don't really remember my first experience. But I will say this: something's trying to update on my computer. That's what's going on. I just covered all of you at the same time. I was like, "What the hell?" This is a movie that I've slowly grown to appreciate more and more as I've gotten older, and I've always it's easy to forget how good this cast is. You have like people like Judge Reinhold playing a character that's on screen for all of 30 seconds, and like good actors doing small roles. And that's always like a cool thing to see. And it elevates the smaller parts, which gives it a consistency. Like someone walking down the street is like, that only has a couple of parts in it, might be played by a big name, and they don't feel like an extra because they're not. And I appreciate that a lot. It's almost like they just wanted to be part of the project because Steven Spielberg was attached to it, Joe Dante was attached to it, all these names that people love. And it really shines through as you watch. It really shines through. And that's the thing I thought of before that I wanted to say.
You can see a lot of influences from all the B movies from the 50s in that as well. Because I mean,
yeah,
the 80s does seem to be sort of like seeing the 50s as a nostalgic thing, like last decade did with Stranger Things with the 80s. There is
well, I mean,
a little bit of that nod there.
it's true because a ton of what we consider definitive versions of movies are all remakes of 50s movies that came out in the 80s. You know, The Thing, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Everyone thinks of the definitive versions are the ones from the late 70s and 80s. And they're all remakes of B-50s movies, which, of course, if you don't have an interest in B-50s movies, go watch them. They're incredible. But yeah, I just love the fact that they managed to keep that spirit. And it's a big reason why I appreciate Joe Dante being the director and not Steven Spielberg in this case, because I feel like if you want a B movie, Joe Dante is your man to go. One of my favorite Joe Dante movies is The Burbs with Tom Hanks. I don't know if you guys
that's
have
a good one.
movie. That shit is hilarious, dude. And Small Soldiers. I mean, who could forget Small Soldiers? Really, really good movie. And yeah, I think that he was the perfect man for the job.
I'm still wondering what that whole Wendy doll's going all bald and just taking apart was all about. It looks like some out of a weird fetish video. I'm like, even as a kid when I watched that, I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, plug B-sides, man. You raise your head. Share the link, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, drop the link.
Just before
I was gonna say just before we go, Blue Collar Loser, $5. What the fuck? I love this movie. I didn't get an invite. You're on in like 2 weeks, dude. Calm down.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, me and Blue Collar. He's fucking around. But I blame the stupid French cat. Dark Hour finally grew a beard like Gizmo. Yeah, I kind of just decided I didn't want to shave it. I'm in my fantasy league playoffs. I was like, playoff beard, motherfuckers. And how bad will the reboot be? There's a reboot they're doing in this movie?
Yeah, there's a reboot.
I think there's a TV show.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll look it up right now.
The TV show already came out.
The reboot of everything these days, so it wouldn't surprise me.
That's true. But thank you, Chris, man. I really, really appreciate the $5, man.
Sequels and prequel.
All right. Boom. Gremlins 3 has been talked about for ages. Yeah, but
well, there's a Gremlins animated series from 2023.
Yeah, that one I know.
That's the only thing. I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's nothing here about like a definitive reboot as of right now. It's all speculation.
They'll probably do one soon.
Yeah.
But I guess we can go into it, man.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get going.
All right. So we start off in foreign land, basically. That's what we're gonna call it, dude.
The mythical land of Asia.
Oh yeah, dude.
Chinatown, New York. That's where it is. Actually,
set of Big Trouble in Little China.
Dude, I was actually looking for a ton of maybe Star Wars related signs or stuff like that, but I didn't see any, sadly. So I was kind of shocked. Considering that they did all that stuff for, as we saw before in Temple of Doom, man. But yeah, then we meet the old Chinese man. At least, he gets a credit. I think he's called grandfather in the credits or something like that. The little kid is literally just called Chinese boy. That's it. On IMDb, dude. On IMDb, the actor is called John Louis, and his credit is just Chinese boy. Like, all right.
What would be even funnier is if he was actually like Korean or something.
Korean motherfucker.
I'm just confused that he's so high up on the IMDb list. He's like in like second row.
he's basically fourth billing at this point. Yeah. But yeah, and then so the grandfather is here and he gets a visit from the man himself, man, Peltzer. Hoyt Axton, Randall Peltzer. And he's an inventor of sorts. But of course, he's looking for a gift for his son.
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Well, yeah, he is. But I mean, look, the store has a ton of things, but one thing it doesn't have is this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play the clip because this is a salesman right here.
And you got yourself your shaving mirror. You got yourself your toothbrush. You got yourself a toothpick. You got toenail clippers. And you got yourself a dental mirror. This is going to revolutionize traveling. You forgot to brush your teeth. You got yourself a bad case of dragon breath. You take your toothbrush out, and you push this button.
Listen, he needs work, okay, but he's a good salesman.
I love it though. Even when he's messing up his sales pitch, he still comes off very dignified as well, like a guy who knows what he's doing. He's
very charming.
Yeah, he's got a good accent. He's a good accent.
Gremlins seller. Oh god, yo, Adam. But yeah, I think that the story is really cool. The way that they set it up and everything. Even today, I think that if they remade Gremlins, this would be one of the ways that they find the actual gremlin. It would probably be in a back alley store run by an old Asian dude. But yeah, you probably see like the fucking Sumatran rat monkey in the back somewhere. But he finds the gremlin. He finds Gizmo, and he takes a liking to it because Gizmo's pretty cool. Now, the old man doesn't want to sell it to him because with great power comes great responsibility, basically. That's the speech. But the kid knows that they need the money. So he's just
with incredibly difficult rules comes incredibly annoying salesmen.
Incredibly stupid rules, man. That don't even make sense.
Yeah, we'll go over it soon. Don't worry. It's coming up.
Oh, yeah. And so, yeah, the Chinese boy, Chinese boy on IMDb, okay? Don't call me racist. Chinese boy. He basically just sells it to him for, what, $100? Is that it?
I think it was 200.
200?
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Which, let's see, what would that be in today money? Let's see.
Like 3 million. I don't know.
Yeah. You could buy an oil rig with that amount of money today.
Dude, $200 in 84? Oh.
Yeah, I'm taking care of it. Don't worry.
You're probably buying like a
500
4-bedroom house, man.
$619. So we'll call it $620. So he basically just walked in there and went, "Hey, I don't even know what the hell this thing is, but here's $600."
Damn. The economy was golden back then. And yeah, he leaves the place with Gizmo, which we haven't fully seen yet. And Dark Hour, I guess it's time for you to give us the rules.
Okay, so rule number 1 is that it does not like bright light and that sunlight will kill it. Rule number 2, do not let it get any water on it or even drink it. And number 3, of course, the rule that makes the least sense is never feed it after midnight. But literally every single moment after midnight is after midnight. That's the start of the day. So,
time zone. Fucking hell! What about time zones? Is it going by Chinese time zones? American?
Yeah,
like if you're on a plane and you land after you fed it and it's before midnight, does that matter? Like,
yeah, it's true. It's so weird, man. Oh, but can he drink Coke? Dude, this is an American movie. Of course, he can drink a refreshing beverage like Coca-Cola.
But not fucking Pepsi. If I see a goddamn Pepsi in his hand.
Well, I'm glad I grabbed the energy drink today.
Nah, it's a running gag, Metal.
And now we finally get to meet our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful town with Rockin' Ricky Rialto, who whips out.
I mean, there's one of your references, right? They're not very subtle, by the way.
Yeah, it literally just opens on that. They're like, all right, cool. This is a great matte painting too.
I mean, people are asking, like, so, like, yeah, like, what? Because they do later on, they're drinking beer, right? So, like, they can clearly have liquids, but it's like, how much does it have to be water versus what's inside of it? I guess would be the question. Like,
they're diving in snow as well after time. The amount of time to tunnel through snow and nothing happens, which is water. You get wet from snow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, there's snow everywhere. As soon as someone goes out, you just start multiplying again, right? But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's big plot hole.
But hey, man, maybe you just can't trust old Chinese guys. That's probably the moral of the story at this point.
So my theory.
One thing I wanted to point out: the old Chinese guy, he had the fakest beard.
Yeah, he really did.
It looked so fake. I was distracted by it.
It was almost as fake as the one from Kill Bill.
Oh yeah.
Pai Mei.
Yeah, Pai Mei's beard, which is
actually doesn't look that bad in this shot, but there was one shot specifically.
It's when he's walking around. Looks
probably didn't
horrendous.
want to go that close to his face because he could see how fake the beard was.
And so we got a Dick Miller cameo right here. He's telling us about foreign garbage and how American muscle was great with setting up his beautiful tractor in the background.
Yeah, America.
America.
Yeah.
Like, you never want to use anything but American muscle and family.
Yeah, I mean, he is right because this dude's car stalls pretty much. It just freezes.
Well, it's funny because you could get away with saying that in like the 80s when our car industry was really, really good. But nowadays, it's pretty much a known fact that Japanese and German cars are just more reliable than American cars for the most part.
It's true.
Still, ours are still more reliable than Chinese cars. So we got that going for us.
Burger King, let's go.
Yeah, I took the screenshot because I don't know, man. I just felt like eating a Whopper when I was watching this movie for some reason.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's weird. The craziest part is that the way that the shot is framed is that there's this huge shot. You see him from far away. It's nice and wide. And once he passes next to Burger King, it just zooms in on him. It's like, look, Burger King. We're walking. Burger King. All right, cool.
It is also, it stands out very much because this town is clearly a town that's very self-contained, has a lot of, this guy owns this shop and everybody kind of just services each other's, cars and whatever, appliances and stuff. And then right in that smack dab in the middle, you got corporate fucking America just plopped a Burger King right in the middle.
Oh, yeah, dude.
By the way,
It's
if I
like
look at these windows, there's no Burger King in there.
Hell no, dude.
That's nothing. There's some
just a
hobos in there,
sign,
maybe,
Bob.
but nothing else.
You walk in there, you order a Whopper, and like a bunch of Italian guys just look at you like, what are you doing in here? Like, what is going on?
They're like, fuck, we gotta cook a Whopper now. It's like shit. And yeah, so we meet, of course, Phoebe Cates, who plays Kate. Is she the one that went topless in? Well, yeah.
Yeah, she was the one. She's the pool. Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's her in Fast Times at Richmond High, right?
Yeah. That was.
All right,
this
all
was
right,
like
cool.
she was pretty much the hottest chick on the planet at this point. This was her.
Was
from
it
82
before?
until about 89? She was like that generation's. I'm not even really sure who would be the equivalency right now because it seems like everybody's getting ugly
Sydney
right now.
Sweeney.
Yeah, I guess Sydney Sweeney probably.
Yeah, because people were basically watching movies just because she was in it.
Yeah, they actually, and Judge, I always was upset about it because in the very, like in a shot in the near future, Judge Reinhold's like trying to get her to come over to his apartment. He could have easily been like, hey, I have a pool, considering the fact he was also the one in that scene. It's like, how do you miss that?
And yeah, so we meet Kate, and of course we have Billy over here, played by Zach Galligan, and Billy's bringing up his dog, which he just leaves under the desk at his bank job. Which
Can I
is
say I was really annoyed that he did that?
Yeah, come on. Most of the jobs I've worked would not allow me to keep my own fucking dog behind
Never,
the
dude.
till.
I was like, oh, he's
I'm
taking
not.
his dog. I'm not even sure where he goes. And then he goes into the bank. It's like, wait, no, do you have like a
Yeah,
back
but-
room to put him into? It's like, no, I'm just gonna put him
Sat
down
under
below
a
my
desk for
suite.
8 hours.
and it's not even like any bank whatsoever. It's Mrs. Deagle's bank. I'll show you like the fucking Grinch. And
Yeah.
he still, and she just allows it for some reason. I guess she can just kick him out. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, she's
But
just downright nasty to everyone. She cannot let anyone have a good time or be nice to anyone. She just this woman's just asking for a bit of
Or a
time.
house,
She's got a
for
job,
that
and she's really fucking mean to him. It's like, I'm not here to fucking care about you and your snotty little kids.
Can
I mean,
you give
she's
me a
basically-
break?
She's like,
No.
why don't you just stop being poor then?
I know.
You can't pay your
It's like,
rent.
It's like
Tell your pussy, make some money and pay the rent. Yeah.
it's like I'm homeless. Well, just buy a house. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, it's the
Just
equivalent.
eat when you're hungry. Jeez.
And yeah, so
I did have a laugh though when she goes inside and the family goes away and the kid goes like, I'm hungry, Mom. Yeah, me too.
it's like okay. Like, man, it's on the nose, but we get it, man. We get it. You're hungry.
Yeah, they might as well have had. They could have been like, also, we can't afford heating oil today, so everyone's just gonna freeze to death. It's like they could have gone a little bit further.
One of the kids only has one shoe on.
Yeah, the other kid's coughing into a handkerchief, it's all that stuff. I'm joking.
Just see them
Rips in the
walking away doing-
jumpers.
They walk
like
away
a Tiny
doing
Tim
the,
reference, like the kid's got a crutch.
Oh man. So she brings up the snowman, and she says that it's his dog that destroyed it for some reason, which I guess allegedly at this point we don't know. We're not too sure. Some kids could have probably done it, but the dog attacks her because he's offended. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, dogs do get offended. Okay,
Yes.
and I guess if this happened today, they'd kill your dog. Like animal control would take it away, and
I
wouldn't
mean,
they put him down?
they can. It depends on the situation. If there's a history of the dog being, violent towards humans, then yes, they could kind of force you to put it down. But
If you press
for the most
charges,
part,
right, they can put it down.
yeah, you can press charges, but if it's a one-time thing, they generally aren't going to make you put it down. It's they just like they're if you punch somebody in the face, they're not going to give you the death penalty. If you keep, it's they take into account there's a scenario going on here.
Yeah, she insulted him. And there's a man from Beverly Hills Cops. I forget his name, man.
That's a great stop, by the way. You got the
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love Judge Reinhold because he seems
you were talking about Judge Reinhold
guy in real life, but here he's just one punchable smug asshole.
Yeah.
I wish we saw more of him actually in the movie. We don't see him enough. I wish that we had a conclusion to the fate of his character, because he just disappears and that's it.
For years, I thought he was an actual judge. Like I thought that I didn't realize that was his first name. I was like, what?
You're like, oh, why's this judge that's making Hollywood movies?
Why is
man?
this judge in all these movies? Like, what's going on?
Why is he in Beverly Hills Cops, man? Why is he hanging out with Axel Foley? So we get to see that the Billy is a little bit of a drawer, and which of course is relevant in Gremlins 2, because that's his job at that point. So yeah, man, great for him.
Yo, is that a boob on there?
Yeah,
it is. It's a titty.
Oh
man.
my god, you didn't censor it. Oh no.
Do you want to talk?
PG-13 rating killed.
Actually, go back to that slide. It looks like the woman kneeling is trying to eat his ass.
Not now, I'm fighting a dragon.
Jesus.
Dude, I watched Nosferatu last night in the cinema, and it's just making me really laugh because, man, some scenes in that movie you're just like, oh lord.
Oh, you got it? You guys got it already?
No, I just went to an advanced screening. So I watched it.
Cool.
So I managed to watch it last night instead of waiting till like the 25th.
Dude, right when we're done with this stream, go start putting together your review. You'll beat everybody.
I won't lie. I almost fell asleep watching the movie, dude.
That looks good. That does look good.
It does look really good, yeah.
It did.
Robert Eggers.
Worth the cinema. Worth your trip to the cinema. Dude. It's probably the best directed movie of probably the best directed mainstream movie of the year. This dude knows his shit. It's great. But yeah, we have Phoebe Cates over here. Not topless, of course. She was topless right there. But cute now. And,
she was cute back in the day, though. She really was. Look at that. Really
beautiful.
Yeah,
she's
really
like
cute.
Eurasian. She has like Asian features and European features, and like she got all the good ones for the most part.
Eurasian.
That's what she's listed as. I looked it up in the past. I was like, is Phoebe? I was curious if she was Asian, and they list her as Eurasian. So
yeah, and
I've not seen her in anything for a while. The last movie I saw advertised for her was Princess Carabelle back in the 90s. That was like 1994. I've not seen anything from her since.
I mean,
she's retired. She officially retired from acting.
No, man.
Well, I hope she's making the most of it anyway.
She had a voice role in a video game, a Lego Dimensions video game in 2015, apparently.
It might be just a little job for her now.
Yeah,
maybe just a little job in voice actor. Who knows?
Nothing since then, though. So
let me see. Hold on, I think I know why. Let me just double check it real quick.
She became fat and ugly, so Hollywood, just cast her away.
You know what it is? In that Lego Dimensions video, there's a Gremlins level.
Oh, okay.
She probably played the character.
That makes sense. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So right now, Judge Reynolds' face is killing me in this clip, man. So Billy is trying to flirt with Kate a bit, and Judge Reynolds just wants her off for himself. Yeah, Gremlins game. And yeah, we find out that she's working there for free. Judge Reynolds is just a dick. That's probably what it is.
Have you seen my apartment? No,
I ain't seen you,
but I have cable.
Yeah, he has the best retort though. You haven't seen my new apartment. She goes, I haven't seen your old apartment.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Yeah, it was a good one too.
I think the only time he seems like he's coming across as a friend is like, listen, I got this big job. You got to try and be ambitious. You got to be a little bit tough, change with the times, and maybe he is giving him some friendly advice, but then he does go back to being a dick. So yeah.
Like, I'm going to be a millionaire, and you're going to suck at life.
Yeah,
he is going to be like a manager at like basically a director at 22. So that's
here's the thing is his timeline doesn't make sense because the older guy doesn't look like he's crazy old. Like in the 80s, people always looked a little like he doesn't look like he's crazy old. So like he's saying like, oh, he's going to be out of here in a year, basically. Yeah. He doesn't look like he's a year away from leaving.
You died
maybe like 6 or 7 years, but
he's probably going to die of radiation or something like Steve McQueen.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's going to get killed by a gremlin. We just don't know that yet.
And yeah, so we found out that Kate is working there for free, just helping out, and we go back to the house. Now we meet Billy's mom, and we meet all the Peltzer, I guess, gadgets. Probably the worst fucking egg cracking machine.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Most of them are gadgets for things you would never need help with.
Isn't that modern day gadgets?
Claims like they worked the first couple of weeks. I was like, I don't know how this was supposed to work properly ever.
Yeah, you would need to have something that caught the shell.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just a chicken head that smashes into the egg. I mean, of course, shit's gonna fly everywhere.
I can appreciate he made the effort to make like a rooster sound or something before it goes down. Just does a sound.
He's really committed to the theme.
You see, the worst part is that Billy's just out here. Instead of just cracking new eggs with his hands, he's just taking out the shells, the broken shells, to reuse the same fucking eggs. It's like, oh, dude, your cake is going to be horrible. But yeah, Dad comes home, and we're finally about to unbox Gizmo. I do have the clip, so let me play that.
Ooh.
You're kidding. I hope he's housebroken.
Oh, isn't he cute? I just call him Gizmo. He seems to like it.
Dude, look at how much life Gizmo has in just the last shot compared to this still over here. It's so good. Yeah, Gizmo is either terrified or just did a huge rail of cocaine at this point.
He looks like Negan beat him over the head and he's like, I will find you.
But yeah, the animatronics are incredible just for Gizmo himself, and not even to mention all the other hundreds, genuinely, I think hundreds of gremlins. Because at a point they had so many, the green gremlins, they had so many of them to the point where you could just buy them randomly. I think today you can still buy them randomly because they're just so many. And they just discarded them. It's kind of like those copies of the ET video game. They made so many you could just find them in fucking landfill. Like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of work must be done into this because usually, even for like the character, like the named ones, like Gizmo probably's had like quite a few models just for him. And think of how many other, Gremlins or Mogwai appear in the film. That must have been a shitload of work to do. I do not envy those animatronic people.
Oh, same. They probably had a ton of work cut out for them. Oh, wait, there it is.
They probably got better treatment than the VFX artists in fucking Disney. Anyway, it's like, Jesus.
I mean, so Sen says apparently the people working on the movie despised Gizmo because of how hard it was to operate his animatronics. Jesus Christ.
You hear that a lot. A lot of people weren't particularly fond of controlling Grogu either, because there was like 3 different controllers that needed to be used, like one for the legs, one for the body movements, and one for the facial movements. So like you have to have 3 people that know how to work in sequence.
Well, from what I understand, it's like obviously the bigger the puppet is, the more easier it is to sort of register its movements, and the pieces are bigger, so it's easier to assemble. So when you've got something as small as, Grogu or, the gizmos and that, it's like that's a lot of little parts, a lot of movements that need to be very precise, otherwise it fucks up. So yeah, I can imagine this was a fucking nightmare to work on.
Especially the fact that they have to sell it as a very cute, literal toy at this point, because the marketing was to push it as a toy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way that they managed to put it to life. Just look at its ears, man. Its ears look so realistic.
I was just gonna say that they took the time to make vascular shit in the ears. It's like
fucking bat ears, yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. And yeah, so we basically the rules told to Billy again, and of course at this point Billy's just like, yeah, fuck the rules, because I don't even know. He doesn't. Billy's just
he barely pays attention when he is very much a high school kid, even though he's not, but like he's very much like that. Or it's just like, yeah, don't feed him. I know. He's
yeah, taking care of Gizmo. Just look at, just between these 3 stills, man. Look at Gizmo's different reactions. They're really, really good. Just terrified, nice there.
I love the puzzle look where he's like.
And so he takes care of Gizmo, and here's like a little story in 2 frames right there. It's like, the juicer is working. Fuck.
Okay, I have a question for all of you. Why is it on top of the oranges?
That's what I wanted to ask.
I have no idea.
Because it looks cool, like it's futuristic.
So what I think is happening. There's actually a thing in the middle that holds up the thing, and this is just a presentation thing that goes around. There's no oranges in the middle. I think it's
presumably
in the middle, and then they just put the oranges around. That could be it.
But I think it's funnier to believe it's all oranges.
Dude, it's like
it's slightly nudged and it just topples over.
Yeah. Does it suck the oranges up and then grind them into juice? I don't know.
That's what I thought would happen, but no, he puts one on top.
But
yeah,
you can clearly see that there's holes there's holes in the bottom that hold the oranges. So Metal's probably right. There's probably some sort of like pole or pillar or something in the middle there that holds it up.
I just love that he puts one orange in and it just destroys his kitchen. Like there's that much juice in it.
I like that you can tell in the second frame, he's still like smiling. Like
it's fine, it's all right.
Reaction hasn't even kicked in yet. The fact is that he's so scared before when he's putting the orange in the juicer. It's like, oh fuck, is this gonna work? Is this gonna kill me? Then boom.
It's just another one of my dad's inventions. It'll be okay.
Yeah, he's kind of used to shit going wrong, so he just laughs it off.
Yeah. Then we have Corey Feldman over here making a little appearance dressed as a Christmas tree.
As you do.
I always forget he's in this movie.
He does disappear.
Yeah, I always forget he's in this movie, and every time I rewatch it, I'm like, oh shit, Corey Feldman's in this movie every single time.
Yeah, damn, it's like he ages quick in the 80s because he's like a small child in the early 80s, late 80s. He's like a fucking 20-year-old already. It's
Yeah, he went from like 13 to 30 pretty quick. It was
Yeah, I mean, compare that to Ralph Macchio, dude. Dude still looks young as
Ralph
fuck.
Macchio, we've shown the picture. He looks younger than me, and he's twice my age.
Yeah, he's in his 40s. Damn, man.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, so now Gizmo. I was about to say Gizmo gets wet, but yeah, he does. let me play the clip.
He seems to like you. Thanks a lot. Sorry.
that face at the end.
I love how Gizmo is like basically screaming his head off, dying, and they're just like, "Oh,
it's
we don't
really
give a fuck."
terrifying. Like flailing
it's just the
around,
reaction.
panic look on his face, just fucking shrieking, and it's like, he's doing something. It's like, yeah, no shit, he's doing something. He sounds like he's having a heart attack.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now they have, I guess, 5 more gremlins, and Gizmo is just half dead after this birthing sequence. But yeah, so he basically goes and sees his dad to tell him what's going on, and of course we see his I guess his invention room, trying to make a card distributing machine, I guess.
Yeah, I was confused.
Maybe.
About what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
It sounds like a machine gun.
I never noticed that sign, Toxygen 90 in frequent use.
Oh,
I don't know what the hell that is.
It's just chemicals.
I'm looking it up right now.
If I Google that, am I going to be in the list?
You're on it? Okay. I'm guessing it's not something good.
It's probably a reference to something. But yeah, and so he tells him, and he brings him up to the living room, and they just discuss about it and think that, well, hey, this is cool. They could, they could replace. We can sell this shit. Healthier John Goodman.
So I haven't found out what Toxygen 90 is, but there's a trivia to this where apparently one of the crew members made that sign, so people don't take the puppets away all the time.
Oh, okay. So there we go.
Yeah, Toxygen 90 sign behind Randall Peltzer was created by crew member Jay Davis to keep nosy people away from the Gremlin puppets.
Okay.
Studio fire
Probably
marshal
not even a real
received
thing.
several complaints from passerby worried about non-existent chemical. Oh, non-existent. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so I guess it's not even a real thing then.
They just said, "Fuck it, man. People keep touching the gremlins. What should we do? Act like there's a chemical spill."
What does it do? It makes your dick fall off. That's what I need
not
to say.
again.
People will stay away.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Make you crap, make your dick fly off, that kind of thing.
And so as the gremlins are supposedly asleep, Spike, of course, who is the leader of the, I guess, bad gremlins, or I don't even know if you could call them the other ones bad. They just follow Spike.
They're the only ones that end up becoming gremlins. He's just a mogwai. He doesn't become a gremlin. So he's just the leader of the gremlins are what he's the leader of.
Yep. And of course, what they do is they attach the dog outside. Sadly, I guess I don't even know. This is just.
Bro looks so depressed.
I don't even know the amount of strength that these gremlins have to be able to do something like this. Is there like an ant where they can carry, I don't know, 200 times their body weight or something?
I mean, they show them like throwing shit to the so he throws the saw blades later, and they go like 8 inches into the.
But that's when they're fully
shit.
transformed. Right now, they're still Mogwai. They're still tiny. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love the look on the dog's face. Like, this is my life now. I'm just in this situation that I'm in.
Like, they told me I was going to be an actor. They didn't tell me I was going to do this type of shit.
To be honest, one of the things I love is obviously when Gizmo's first introduced, and then the rest of the Mogwai. He'll focus on the humans and that, and then every now and then he'll just cut to the dog's face, and the dog just is like absolutely like perplexed about what's going on. It's got no fucking idea. So
that's the one time I've wanted subtitles of what the dog is thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It literally just has what the fuck is going on here kind of look on it every single scene, and it's I don't know if it's meant to be a joke or not. It's just so funny, anyways.
The dog was probably confused as fuck on set, actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like every time it focuses on it, it's like just got this confused look on its face.
Yeah. Right now, he's a bit happy after they save him. Peltzer is showing off his, I guess, self-hammering hammer.
You see it move a little bit. It's so weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what the fuck you would use this for. What?
You would not be whisking eggs with that thing, Jesus.
Yeah, you're not whisking anything with this. It's just
if you have a really serious fly problem,
not whisk eggs.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, that's if you have a lot of flies and you need to take care of them quickly, this is the way to do it.
If you
it does remind me.
I would.
It does remind me of the spatula that SpongeBob had in that one episode where he had the port and starboard attachments. If anybody knows that reference.
Dude, it's a weird invention. I just love how his wife looks at him like, "Oh man, this I love this man." But
no,
all right.
Every face she makes is like, I made a horrible mistake with my life. the whole time. She's my favorite character by far.
I love him, but I hate this.
I should have married that meth dealer who razzed the Harley.
Just look at the
I want a side movie where it's just her giving him like the newspaper every day with the want ads like up top, like here you can get a real job. It'd be like the equivalency of like handing someone a laptop or a tablet with so Indeed.com, like open on it. Here's all the jobs you could be applying to.
All right, take care, Stan. See you next time. Anyways, we chat in the Discord, so see you next time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, black tar coffee at this point, because at least they can joke about it, say, "Oh yeah, we can't drink this." And
there's a couple of times where the actress loses her shit, and you could tell it wasn't scripted.
I mean, dude, if they actually made these weird ass inventions to not work on set and you had to use them, it would be funny too if they just told them, "Yeah, this machine works like a coffee maker. Try and do it," but they don't tell the actress what actually happens. She'd probably just burst out laughing each time.
Just coffee sludge comes out of there.
Yeah.
Can you go back one frame? Can you go back one frame or one slide? What the fuck is going on the bottom right there? What are they doing? What are they cultivating down there?
I don't know the fuck.
Yeah, what is that?
Some weird broccoli or something?
It looks like a giant. That looks like you're trying to
Brussels
experiment on brains or something.
It looks like a giant Brussels sprout, but they've clearly put electrodes of some sort into it.
It's like one of those potato batteries, but it's like a giant Brussels sprout. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a I guess Brussels sprout coffee.
The dog is stealing the scene, by the way. Like, what the fuck is wrong with my owners? What is going on here?
That's what I mean. Like, most of the way through the film, this dog just like has no fucking clue what's going on, and it's just there for the treats.
Apparently, it's an artichoke.
Artichoke, you heathens!
How about you choke on these nuts?
Oh god!
Get in there!
Sure should know. Why the fuck should I know this, man?
Who the fuck knows? Artichoke, Jesus.
We finally meet our token black character, man. The only black dude in the movie. And he dies first.
Yeah, he's the first one to die.
No fucking way, dude. I just realized that. Yeah. Oh, well.
He's in fairness, this is the dumbest college professor or whatever the hell he is I've ever seen in my life. He's like reaching into like to this possible wild animal, like, "Hey, just come on out. I've got a sandwich here for you." Like, it's like, you fucking retard. Like,
he's also doing a lot of experiments for some reason. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is this fucking guy into?
It's really, really weird, man. So he drops it off with him.
There's this big brain in the background, just says brain on the bottom.
Yeah, it's true.
Brain.
And so he Billy leaves I guess one of the Mogwai.
I just thought of something. I can imagine him in class, and he's trying to show them on this model, like, and he's just like, "Well, this is the red part of the brain." And then they're like, "What is that? Like, what part is that?" He's like, "I just said it's the red part."
Did I fucking stutter? It's the red one.
And so yeah, Dick Miller is oh shit! I didn't even realize Billy in the background, dude. It looks so lonely.
Creepy as fuck. That's a great
stop.
I always feel like somebody's watching me. And so Dick Miller is about to drink and drive, in true American fashion, but they stop him, and of course,
that's the only way to drive in small town rural America.
That's true,
especially with a plow.
Yeah. It's got to be an American plow. Can't be no fucking foreigner plow coming over here stealing all the American plows' jobs.
Because those have gremlins in their machinery.
Yep. Oh man, and so he decides to walk home while Kate and Billy take a walk home too, and he finally asks her out on a date, which, hey man, good for him. The Gremlins are super good that can destroy that. So yeah, I mean, hey, asking Phoebe Cates out on a date, this dude's heart must
Yeah,
have
that
been
takes balls.
Yeah.
I like how he plays it cool as well, and she already knows he's into her. She already knows. But she does have this little monologue as well about how Christmas is like the most depressing time for some people as well, and yeah, it does add a little bit of tragedy to it, especially to Dick Miller's character a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting because I also have that sort of notion of Christmas. I really liked Christmas as a kid, and then growing up, I don't know. I just see it as a ton of consumerism, and I'm kind of cynical on Christmas now, which is why I watch Krampus every year. But you know, I don't know. I guess maybe when I have a kid, I'll probably be.
Watch Joyeux Noel. You will get your Christmas spirit back.
I like Joyeux Noel. I think it's a good movie,
good
man. I think it's a good movie. If any of you guys haven't seen Joyeux Noel, you should watch it, man. It's about on the World War. Yeah, it's World War One. They're on the front lines, and they decide to stop fighting just to celebrate Christmas together.
Oh yeah, they play like a football game, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right. Tearjerker as well.
My favorite part about anything involving World War One is when somebody says, "Hey, this is World War One," and someone's like, "Wait, why do you have to put the one on the end of it?"
Oh no!
Man.
One.
Yeah, I'm a Halloweener, man. I'm a horror dude. But yeah, now this dude is running tests, and he's taking out some blood, trying to sample it. I don't even know what the fuck kind of test he's gonna run at this point. And his
I know he's into some fucking dodgy shit. He really is.
Yeah, he's weird. But Gizmo's just chilling, man, with his 3D glasses.
I love it. That's always been one of my favorite little clips.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he's really cute. Oh, look, Coca-Cola, man. I told you, a nice, refreshing Coca-Cola beverage. There it is on screen.
I'm gonna have to go get some Coke. Hold on, I'll be right back.
and yeah,
get
for
some
some
Pepsi
reason,
out of my fridge right now just to
oh,
meme.
dude, just to spite him. And
Absolutely not. I still have my headphones in. I heard that shit.
It's a big bottle too.
Is that a yellow top milk? Is that a full fat milk, semi? I don't know.
So you're looking at the milk, but you're not looking at the fact that they just have a huge plate of chicken.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Like, all right, cool. I
Let me
guess.
prepare this for, I don't know. Just put it in there.
Snacking.
I guess the better question is how much chicken did they make? So that's the leftovers.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, and plus Christmas Day hasn't even happened yet. So why the fuck are they cooking all of this in advance, man? Yeah,
Also, they could clean up their egg holders. Look, there's like dirt in there. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Nasty.
Yeah, I'll give credit. The house does look a little lived in as well, which is very realistic. It doesn't look too super clean or anything.
Yellow
True.
is usually buttermilk, by the way. So that, but that
Buttermilk. What the fuck is this, Harry Potter, dude? What is that?
Butter beer.
I don't care, dude. What is buttermilk?
Buttermilk is like the fat that you could turn into butter, isn't it? That's like what the whole thing is. It's
This is the first time I'm hearing of buttermilk, dude.
Hold on, what is?
It's not milk. It's just fat.
Yeah, it is just what fermented dairy.
It's
drink.
fermented dairy drink. It's for like the fermented fat of that from when you culture cream. That's the liquid that's left afterwards.
What the fuck? Yeah. I guess you don't maybe make cake. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, yeah, you don't drink it. It's for baking and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, you Americans are weird, man. I don't know.
By the way, those green and red lights there in the background, are we implying the dad made the fridge too? Or is that just a thing?
No, that's his. That's probably one of his inventions that tells you if the refrigerator's working or something.
Because all his other inventions have like these lights, right? Or am I tripping balls right now?
There it is. Yep. All right. So buttermilk. There we go. Buttermilk is great for fried chicken batter. Fried chicken. Boom.
Hey, Spencer. How you doing, man? That's him great.
Yeah. And so they start eating the chicken after reversing the clock. Yeah. I mean, so who did this worse, man? Lord of the Rings or the Gremlins? making eating disgusting.
What are you talking about? I'm starving now.
The
I
substance
ate my
is
lunch to
nice.
this scene. I actually did eat my lunch to this scene before. It's not a joke.
Yeah. And so yeah, man. So they're all eating, and Black Man is having a nice little sandwich. You know, listen, they could have given him the fried chicken. Okay.
Oh,
that would have been some representation right there.
Oh, do you guys remember that Dave Chappelle bit from back in the day in one of the specials with the where he's going to a KFC and he just talks about these people? It's like, look at them, he loves it.
He went to a restaurant. It was a regular restaurant. He's like, I'll have the chicken. We knew as soon as you walked in that door, you were. I use that one all the time. That's killing him softly. I use that one for my videos all the time.
Yeah, then he just goes like, and I thought it was just because it was delicious.
Turns out I'm genetically predisposed to like a chicken.
I just thought it was delicious.
It reminds me of this video that I saw. Oh, dude, I love Dave Chappelle. It's probably he's legitimately, no joke, my favorite comedian. Well, at least living comedian, dude. But it reminds me of a video that I saw. It's this dude in a store. He just goes up to random people and he asks the employee of, like, I think it's a Walmart. He's like, "Hey, I'm black and I want to buy this watermelon. Do you have a problem with that?" And then the employee is like, "No." And the worst part is that there's a random ass dude that walks next to him. He's like, "Sir, you should buy some watermelon for yourself, man. Why? Not because you're black, because it's good." And then the dude actually just goes like, "Fuck yeah, I want some watermelon, man."
Fuck yeah.
That shit killed me, man.
Watermelon is made of 175% water. You get more water than you actually possibly can have.
Nice.
Oh man, watermelon is great. They could have had this dude eating some fried chicken and a watermelon. We would have enjoyed it, man. Would have been some good representation. Not because he's black.
And we'll get some grape Kool-Aid while we're at it. We'll just go the full 9.
It reminds me of that news segment. It's like, do you make Kool-Aid? I don't know if you guys have seen that video, dude. They're cooking. It's a news segment. They're actually cooking. And then it's a black woman cooking, and there's her daughter right next to it. And the news, like the news reporters are white. And then she's like, "Yeah, man, we're making some fried chicken for Thanksgiving." And then he just looks at it. It's like, "Are you guys making Kool-Aid?" The daughter looks at him like, "What the fuck?"
I just want to say for all of the inevitable people who come down on this, Tur is black, so he's allowed to say these things.
Yeah, I'm black.
Yeah,
I mean,
do not demonetize the stream, please.
I didn't know I wasn't allowed to say fried chicken anymore. That's a new one for me.
And so yeah, Gizmo's fallen asleep. Same with Billy.
Gizmo's having a rough time with that comic. Yeah. And had a little too much fun with that comic, I think.
Oh yeah, and of course now after eating after midnight, because what they did is they basically tricked Billy into feeding them after midnight by stopping his clock, and they get all, Invasion of the Body Snatchery, which there was a reference because they did play the clip of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, of course. Now TUR is not Afro-American though. No, I'm like proper.
No, he's like legit African.
I'm from the motherland, dude. Yeah. I'm from what you guys call, the motherland. I'm from Africa. And yeah, so the pods are actually really cool. I do like the design of the pods. It reminds me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Reminds you a lot of Alien as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks a lot like the face hugger pods.
And I think, interestingly enough, this is probably Steven Spielberg's one of his first forays into preparing for Jurassic Park, all the egg hatching scenes. Because especially when you look at the hatching scene itself, which I do have a clip of, it does take some cues that Jurassic Park uses, I guess, like 8 years later? New York sewer rat with skin.
Can confirm, yes. New York sewer rats are something else, man. That they are not rats. They are full-blown fucking bears that have somehow worked their way down into a sewer.
And so Billy actually finds out what happened, and he sees that they're gonna transform. So when he goes back to our certified black man, and he's explaining it to them that they're in the cocoon stage where they're gonna become something else. Now,
Go back one. He is the worst scientist I've ever seen. He is not prepared, and he has this clearly unknown reaction that's going on. This weird shit. No gloves.
No PPE whatsoever, dude. This is horrendous science work.
He has them sitting right next to it. It's
the kid just goes on. It's like, oh, what's this stuff?
It's in his
I'm a science teacher, not a scientist.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Evolution, but at least they try and it's a comedy movie, but they try and treat it better than that.
Fuck.
I love it.
From 2000 or something.
Yeah, I think
2001, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. It's been a long time.
We're gonna have to take his leg. No, don't take the leg. He thinks he's an athlete. It's going for testicle. Take the leg.
Evolution is fucking hilarious, dude. And so yeah, we get our little cameo. Can you spot the cameo, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Is that Jeff Goldblum?
What?
We're in the back of the time machine from H.G. Wells.
So nobody spots the cameo? No?
Stephen Hawking?
Oh, Steven Spielberg. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, there is. Driving his
I still think that's Jeff Goldblum with the phone right there. I'm just saying. It's
probably is.
It looks like him.
Yeah, so we got Spielberg down there. I guess with a broken foot or something, driving his car around. So yeah, this is the convention of scientists, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. Inventors. Yeah.
By the way, this is the thing in the background on the right. It's there. They cut to the wife, then back, and then this guy is gone. There's just smoke and like a scorched floor. It was like two people looking, going like, "What's going on here?"
I have to go back and rewatch that. I never noticed that before.
So I don't know if you went back in time or if you just went somewhere in this direction. But
it's however you want to interpret it, Melon.
Yeah, dude.
I started reading Hulk Hogan.
We're just all hungry for watermelon now.
No, I started reading Hulk Hogan, and my brain changed over to AN at the end.
And so yeah, so we're finally at the birthing sequence, which I find pretty cool, man. The way they do it, the build up with the heart thumping. The projector saying, and then it's nice.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah,
it looks really, really good, man.
You got to lay a lot of slam all over that stuff. I mean, the 80s did a real good job of that.
Gooey. Oh my god, look at his face. He's like, fuck no.
The fact that none of the kids in that class hear any of the noise that this thing, because they're clearly pretty loud when they hatch.
Yeah, they rip those fuckers open.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They make like weird noises, like and you. I understand they're watching like a documentary or something, but I don't know. I was never that into a high school documentary.
No,
that I didn't hear some monster hatching behind me. It happens a lot.
Yeah, it is the time machine from H.G. Wells's novel. Pretty good novel. I liked it. And so yeah. Now, everyone leaves because class is over, and he just stays and tries to feed the gremlin, but ends up getting, I guess, shot in the ass by the injection. Is that, yeah, he kind of gets knocked out. Well, we don't know if he's dead or gets knocked. A lot of people die in this movie, to be honest, but they just don't imply
they don't
that
show it
dead.
specifically, but they're super dead.
You know that they're dead, dude.
What was he doing with that? What the fuck is he doing with that kind of fucking serum anyway? He's got a lot of shit that we need to question him about. He has.
Underground drug operation or something, yeah.
Yeah, man. He got R. Kelly'd by the gremlin. That was it.
Oh no.
I'm not
like how the evil gremlins go like yum yum all the time. It's really funny. Oh, by the way, something I noticed. In the first half of the movie or first quarter, they say neat a lot. Like a lot. Like probably 10 times. It's like, oh, that's neat. Yeah, neat. No, really, it's
my
neat.
favorite one is definitely when Stripe later on goes, gun. That's my favorite one.
My favorite one is when he says, gizmo, caca. I was like, what the fuck?
Caca, yeah.
And so Billy comes in and finds him, but he gets scratched. And at this point, for about, I'd say, 10, 15 minutes, Gremlins turns into a proper horror movie.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Which is really, really cool. Especially when we cut back to the mom. Her scene is entirely horror film. And that's it. It's a home invasion movie.
Yeah,
And,
but it kind of turns it on its head because of the way she handles it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she does not mess around.
She's the final.
That scene is the reason why she's my favorite character. That whole
She just
sequence
fucking
is
goes on a
fantastic.
killing spree. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of funny because while that scene was happening with all these gremlins with the mom, my thought immediately went to like the Chucky movies for some reason. Because they do hear what I would expect with a Chucky movie type, where they just fucking kick the fucking doll across the room or just stab it to death. And here she does it 4 times. It's like, yes, yeah. But it was still like tense because it's like, oh, because she doesn't know what she's up against, and then there's like 4 or 5 of them, as we know. And it's like, I really like it. It's well made.
Even this is a proper jump scare at the beginning. For the first time, we see the proper gremlin look, and it's pretty good, man. The design is freaky. I now know where Scooby-Doo 2002 got their monster designs from. So yeah, it was from Gremlins because Scooby-Doo Spooky Island, they look exactly like this. They even speak it the same way, which I had never put 2 and 2 together. Considering, everyone in the chat and Dark Hour knows my fucking love for the Scooby-Doo live action movie. And yeah, so Gizmo, sadly, this poor look at him.
I like that they just fucking string him up there and just chuck darts at him. Such dicks.
It's funny.
Gizmo, caca. So, there it is. And yeah, so we get the horror sequence where the mom is just making some gingerbread man cookies, and yeah, she hears some rustle coming from the house, and now she sees that everything is hatched. And yeah, the Dutch angles I think is what manages to sell it because it takes a lot from Halloween. Well, the movie Halloween, in terms of the way that it's filmed, and even Texas Chainsaw as well, just shows you how good of a horror director Joe Dante is. Which, yeah, man, he's made some fantastic horror movies. He's the director of the original Piranha movie, so I'll give him that. And of course,
this is a very very trailery shot too. This one, this would be really like, if you were trying to sell this as a horror movie, this is one of the exact moments you'd use: the cutting of the phone cord or the phone line, and her, and like you said, the Dutch angle, the egg sacs in the background. It all just comes off very trailer baity kind of, which is good.
Yeah. And then of course, I guess it's time to see the gremlins, die. So yeah,
she gives no shits, by the way.
Oh yes, there's a fucking crazy monster in my room. I'm just gonna chuck you in the blender. Fuck you.
I mean,
all
look,
that
man.
work she put into those gingerbread man, and this fucker just eats it all. He's got
exactly.
Yeah, that's why she's
son of a
all of her
bitch must
work,
pay.
Well, let me play the clip, ladies and gentlemen. The chat, YouTube, do not demonetize us. This is fictional violence, of course.
What?
Bling ding at the end is the best part.
Yeah.
Great.
They had to shoot that twice apparently because the first take was too gory. And I'm like, what?
Really?
Oh man, what?
I want to see that
She
one.
sells it so well with her expressions too. Like when she's hacking away, her like lip, she's like,
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, she kicks ass, this woman. She kicks
Oh,
ass.
100%.
And then there he is in the background. You can see him in the
Yeah, you can see
in
the
Christmas
eyes.
tree. Yeah, it's pretty well done.
Yeah.
And of course, she gets attacked. Now, yeah, I like this shot. It's a bit dark. Wait, jeez. Let me turn my brightness up. All right, there you
And
go.
they hint. I do love that. Right when he first comes home earlier, the sword falls off, and you see the father have the sword. They emphasize that that's there, so it's not just out of nowhere. It is actually yeah.
Yeah. Then boom. So hey, this is our thumbnail. There we go.
Whoa.
Yeah. The gremlin.
Was this the
head
thumbnail?
burning.
I didn't even see the thumbnail.
This is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail image. I took it. I was like, huh. What better way to show the spirit of Christmas than a chopped gremlin head roasting in the fireplace?
That's what does it. That's what I have as decoration every time.
Exactly.
It smells great. Really ups it ups the fragrancing of the room.
I do love that the body just disappears. It's just the head left.
Yeah. It's there.
So one thing I find hilarious about it is, so he cuts it with the sword, but somehow that flies in there. But like you said, like the bot, it's not like he hit it with a bat. It would cut, and then the head would just like fall. It wouldn't have gone forward. It's very weird.
It doesn't quite work out that way physics wise.
The rule of cool, man.
It was dead already. He was decapitated. So this was just to add icing onto the cake.
And so yes, but of course Stripes escapes. You'll head, he escapes, and they need to chase after him because, of course, all the other gremlins are basically dead at this point, except for him. Now, he leaves his mom over with the neighbor, which is I think the doctor, right? Yeah, the doctor is the neighbor.
Yeah, he's the town doctor. Yeah.
Yep. So he leaves his mom there, and he goes and takes Gizmo, and so they go and try and find Stripes. And they're the
only thing I could think of was, so he takes her over to the doctor. The doctor goes, "What happened?" And she's clearly been like attacked. So
she's a good actress.
Here, can I leave my mom here? That's clearly been attacked. I'm gonna run away now. Bye.
It's like, and they don't tell him. So like, so now she has to explain to a doctor that she was attacked by small creatures, and like there's gonna be like, look, you could just tell us your husband finally snapped that none of his inventions sell.
We always found a way with all these inventions.
Yeah. And he's like, no, seriously. She's like, no, seriously. We brought home this thing, and we got it in water. And the more she tells the story, the more it's like that he's just evaluating her for a concussion.
It's like, man, you have a lot of psychological trauma.
And just looks at his wife and goes like, "Call the cops."
Call the sheriff. It's like, oh, the sheriff is drunk. I don't know. It's
those fucking sheriffs, man.
It's fucking Mike from Breaking Bad too. I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
Wait, really? I didn't even notice
that.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
the deputy is Mike from Breaking Bad.
I need to rewatch Breaking Bad. It's been so long since I've watched it.
So of course, Stripes jumps into the water, and it's too late, ladies and gentlemen. It's too late.
It's over.
Yep. Literally game over at this point. This is the beginning of the apocalypse. And so he goes and sees the sheriff. Yeah, there he is. Look, that's Mike from Breaking Bad at the bottom. That's him.
So weird with hair.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Looks so young as well. I mean, when I saw him in Breaking Bad, I thought, this guy looks familiar. What do I know him out of? I look it up. It's Jonathan Banks from fucking Beverly Hills Cop. I'm like, no way, man. No way.
Huh. Yeah. And so I guess the sheriff is getting a bit drunk, which, I mean, if you literally have 2 police officers in your entire town, you do not want them drunk on Christmas.
They've literally set these guys up to be a couple of arseholes from the beginning when they ask for a free Christmas tree as well. So you don't
he does that. That's true.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, they take away all sympathy pretty quick.
And nobody believes him, of course, because, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, if a crazy, otherworldly, mystical being actually comes and attacks you, okay, don't tell the police that a crazy, mystical being came and attacked you. Tell them that it was just, a robber or some shit like that, okay?
Oh, he can do it it's even easier for him in this. But he didn't even need to go here. Just goes back home, calls the cops like, hey, come check this shit out. Someone broke in. And then they see all the gremlin bodies everywhere.
Exactly. Yo, Zev, this isn't a restream. We're actually live right now. So, yeah.
No,
yeah,
there's a
sometimes we
restream.
gotta tell people. Well, so we used to be on 2 different channels. It's always a restream. Anybody who's wondering what that means, go ahead. No, go ahead, Metal.
No, it's just like putting on the memes like, man, I say this now. I hope someone actually asks this now.
But yeah, so I've been restreaming the old ones because we used to be on both our channels, but now we exclusively do it here. So I'm just getting them back in order.
Yeah, and so yeah, the Gremlins finally attack, and I mean, Stripe is the only one that's rocking the cool haircut, man. He's right there.
I love when they're walking down the street, and it's clearly the stop motion animation, but because there's so many of them, it looks so weird and choppy.
Yeah.
It's one of the few scenes I think where you look at it and it's like, yeah, that's a little bit off, but still it has its own
charm to it though. There's still a charm to it.
It's also 1984.
All of this would have just been CG today, man.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
You do buy it more. You do buy it a lot more because it is actually little things that are there. They're just moving it and then shooting it, moving it and then shooting it. It's unlike CGI where it's just a load of fucking binary code on screen.
It's one of the big reasons why I still really, really, really appreciate Leica Studios, because they still do stop motion and they still make actual good movies with stop motion. It takes them 5 years to come up with a movie, but it's always great. Yeah. I love Paranorman, dude. Shit. Paranorman is one of my favorite, I guess, horror movies. Well, horror kids features, I would say. Yeah, it's great. And stop motion still works. Now we're back to Dick Miller and his wife and their fake fireplace, which is pretty cool.
It's probably made in a different country, by the way. That's why he's really upset about it.
And so yeah, his TV isn't working, and he knew that he should have gotten the
Zenith.
The Zenith. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Is Zenith even an American company?
I've never heard of that company at all.
And then it's
a watch company, apparently.
I'm looking it up now. Sounds like something my grandparents would have had in the 80s. Zenith.
Oh, dude. I can't fucking type Zenith in France, man. The only thing I'm getting is the names of fucking arenas.
I got Zenith watches, Zenith intelligent vehicle solutions.
Zenith Electronics.
Cheers, Zev, man. Have a great one. Yeah, I don't know what Zenith is. Is it like Zenith TV, maybe?
Yeah, well, it's a company that makes TVs, and back then they made VCRs when that was going on. Obviously, now it's like DVD players.
American company. There it is. Yep.
It is okay. It is an American company. That's all we need to know. America.
So it's from Chicago.
Yeah. Was the first to develop high definition television. Wow, look at them go.
Crazy.
Oh wait, in North America, I assume.
Apparently they're still going. I've not seen they've closed down by this date anywhere.
They probably have subsidiaries that they don't use the name Zenith, but you probably know maybe some of their other, maybe something like that. I don't know. Oh, so there it is. Zenith Television, subscription television. So it was Netflix before Netflix, cable before cable. That's pretty cool.
So that's actually what Judge Reinhold had. He had Zenith.
Yeah,
he didn't have
Zenith.
Fake cable.
Oh yeah, and of course, the antenna is fucking up. He goes outside and sees this, but what else does he see? He sees his truck come to life, and gremlins are in it, having fun. Just relaxing, trying to assault Dick Miller. And for sure, Dick Miller was supposed to die in this. He died, but they just brought him back for the sequel because they love this character.
Yeah, I don't even. How did they explain that shit? I don't remember.
They just said that he.
They don't come up again. That's what happens.
That's actually funny because that's what they do. They don't really explain it. They're just like, yeah, he's here now. And
he's like, it was the foreign parts in the trailer or in the tractor. It was the foreign parts. They couldn't kill me good enough.
I mean, he also points at them. It's like, the gremlins, they're real. They are in my truck, in my plow machine. It's really funny.
The worst part is the metal in Gremlins 2. They actually have the gremlins like actually go after him as a target just because he hates them so much. So this thing is in the middle of town, and you have winged gremlins attacking him.
That's the coolest part about the
crazy.
second one is the evolution of the gremlins.
Yeah.
They all start to have like weird evolutions and stuff.
Yeah, you got spider ones as well. That was like that was crazy.
That was the only one was the spider one because they realized that was going to be fucking terrifying, and it was.
Oh yeah, the spider one was actually horrendous. And now this is probably the worst priest of all time. it's like the dude heard that there was a weird thing inside the letterbox, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then the dude says, "Hey, I want to post a letter. Go ahead, be my guest." All right, cool. It's like, get fucked. It's like, all right, U.S. postbox, man. I've never, ever, ever, ever seen a postbox in my life.
Oh, we have them all over the place here.
I have one
that's
right
why
in
he
the
said-
corner outside my door, basically.
Like, leave your house. Does France not have a postal service?
I mean, I have like the post office, the actual just big post office down my street. So I think that's why there's no post boxes where I live. Maybe.
Yeah. We here we have them like I mean, I'm not that far from my post, like the closest post office, but there's one, like there's probably one every few blocks in the United States.
I mean, we have mostly a post box in front of a post office, even.
Yeah, same here.
Well.
Yeah, we have that as well because a lot of times when people go over there after it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
You can still open the door to most post offices though. Like you can still actually get in. They sub lock inside because there's people who get their mail from PO boxes have to be able to go in there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in Ghana, there wasn't really a postal service, man. Legitimately, there's basically no postal service.
Smoke signals. They're just like, hey, something's going on over there.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So all of this like post stuff, posting letters and stuff like that, it's all new to me. Genuinely new to me. But yeah, it's pretty cool to discover all this shit. But the gremlins have started to attack the town, and yeah, before that, oh wait, there you go. Yeah, the gremlins have started to attack the town, and they're basically fucking up everything at this point, slowly but surely. And Billy shows Gizmo to the sheriff, who's probably drunk as hell right now. So he's just having fun looking at the little guy.
Look at the little goober.
Like seeing a dog when you're really drunk. Just pet.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like, oh look, the pet. There it is.
There's
But
like
now-
a little American flag as well. It's like, look, he's a real patriot, having the flag and everything.
Look, it was the 80s. The Cold War was going on. We needed to put that in every single movie. It was mandatory, okay?
I mean, that was just the thing to do back in the day. I mean, even in pro wrestling, it's just always like, yeah, USA. I mean, that's the reason why Hulk Hogan got so big.
The greatest thing you'll ever see is it was when Chris Benoit, who no one talks about, and Chris Jericho were facing off against La Resistance, and people started chanting USA, and the two guys they were chanting it for were Canadian. It was one of the greatest.
Both Canadian.
They're both Canadian.
That's what we said, man.
Kind of like USA. It's like our hat.
No way, Tuco is the delivery guy in Gremlins 2. I need to rewatch Gremlins 2 then. Tuco, no way, dude. Tuco Salamanca? Huh, okay.
Who isn't in this movie? Was I in this movie? I should probably check IMDb.
I always get the idea these two police officers are only in it for the free shit and not about doing their job.
Probably,
yeah.
Honestly, sometimes in smaller towns like this, you don't get a great selection of the cream of the crop when it comes to who wants to be the police officers.
I bet even with the small crimes, they'll probably find a half-assed way of avoiding it. Maybe.
Yeah, like there was a murder. Be like, no, there wasn't. That guy he was real sick. He was real sick. Case closed. Done.
Like it's like how much paperwork do we have to file? A lot. Okay, there wasn't anything. Nothing happened. All right, cool. Everyone go home. Go home.
And that's how Hot Fuzz happens.
We did Hot Fuzz. Was that did we do that? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did Hot Fuzz then. Yeah, we did Shaun of the Dead. We did Hot Fuzz, and we have.
It's an accident every time.
Yep.
Platoon was on that one. I remember now. Yeah.
My Hot Fuzz displayed up here.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nobody tells me nothing.
Nobody
tells me nothing.
It's like I just remember the old dude is like, see mine, boom, he knocks it. It's like,
yeah. When I did the restream for that, I was laughing my ass off because we asked, we were like, what the fuck is this guy even saying the whole time?
Now we take a little horrific turn. We go to the Deagle estate, which I just have the clip for. So let me play the clip and then we can talk about this scene.
Christmas carolers. I warned you, Brad! I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
It's my all-time.
Oh, that is so good.
It's so
that is
funny.
my
Death, yeah.
That is my all-time favorite death in any movie ever. Period.
There's
I love the
so
shot.
much-
I love the
there's
shot.
so
picture
much
of the
going
guy
on.
just looking at her, smiling as she flies out the fucking window. It's so good.
There's so much going on. She is a crazy cat lady. You see the frame picture of the apparently recently deceased husband. She's like in a complete state of disrepair in that house. Like everything is fucked. And she sees the gremlins who all have like the little outfits on. She's like, no, I'm not ready yet. And then she goes up and she just flies out. When you look at the picture of the husband on the wall, it kind of just like a side eye and looks where she was flying, which is also really fucking funny.
I always wondered, what if she would have actually thrown the water?
I was
She
thinking
runs
that
out
too.
with a pitcher of water and
Just has more gremlins all of a sudden now.
just like, I got him. Oh, no.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like the Imperial March. Even the Gremlins theme actually sounds familiar. I don't know where
The Gremlins theme, and honestly, it's just so iconic at this point. It's kind of been, I don't want to say remix, but they've used, other movies have used similar sounding themes because it's very iconic.
True. Yeah, it's like what came before the chicken or the egg. At this point, you know, we can only say, like, compared to stuff that we've already seen since Gremlin has come out. Yeah. It's hard for us to see, and even just film scores in general before, let's say, before the 70s weren't very important unless it was musicals in general. Yeah, but Deagle Real Estate, R.I.P. Mrs. Deagle, you will not be missed. That's what
I want to point this out, and I'm going to show that Adam Gray said it. Their hours
I was about to say it too because I just saw it. Hours 10:30 to 11:15.
How can you even call that hours? It's 45 minutes. It's not even 1 hour.
Yeah, listen, she's a busy woman. She has to take care of like 50,000 cats. What do you expect? Okay. And yeah, so everyone's getting attacked by gremlins. There he is, Corey Feldman being attacked by gremlins. Just Mike is dead. They killed Mike, dude. They killed the sheriff. Just a car crash. That was it. They broke the they cut the brake line. That was it.
Yeah, they cut the brake line. Yeah. And
so they crash. They're dead. And Billy is out here taking Gizmo. He's gonna go save Kate, of course.
I think it was Northern English Bastard who said it earlier. They do a really good job of setting the people up that die as kind of douchebags. At least some of them. Some you're like, oh, that sucks to that person. But like, even the science teacher's kind of an asshole because he's like, this isn't gonna hurt, and then stabs the fucking thing right in the hand, stabs the gremlin right in the hand. Like, so they even do that a little bit.
Corey is used to being attacked, apparently. Oh god.
Nice dark, man. Nice dark.
Was it the Burbs? Where was he in the Burbs as well?
Yeah, he was.
Was he in the Burbs? Corey Feldman?
Was he the one who ordered the pizza and then he goes, "Yeah, pizza dude"? Like, wasn't that him?
Yeah. That was him. Yeah,
I love that
dude.
line.
That
pizza
kid
dude.
knows a meatball.
Yeah, it was him. They were creeping on the sexy neighbor with the old dude. Yep, that was him.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're looking at one of the world's greatest inventions. I don't even know how the fuck this thing works, and they never really show how it works too. The I guess the smokeless ashtray.
Smokeless ashtray.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's just, I've seen those ashtrays before. They just have like a lid on it that goes together automatically. Maybe he was ahead of the line or something. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I don't know how you pulled it off that it smokes more after you put a cigarette in there, but yeah, he made it work.
Yeah. But yeah, the smokeless ashtray will return. Of course, it will return. Now, oh yeah, there we go. We finally get the bar scene. Tori's Tavern is being fucking ransacked, man.
Yeah.
I just like the idea that what's her name, Dory, right?
Who?
Well,
Kate.
her name is Kate. Dory is the person who owns the
tavern.
Like that's
right, that way around. Yeah, I like the idea that she just starts serving them instead of running away immediately.
Yeah, I know.
It's just really funny.
She still needs to work, man. That was it. This dude with the ace.
But she doesn't get paid for this job.
Oh, yeah, it's true. She doesn't get paid. She's just doing this for free, man. Yeah, typical Friday night.
This is a little breakdance and everything.
Yeah, I also love that it just shows that they'll just do whatever they think is like funny, not necessarily just murder. Like they'll just
how did any of them get lit up? By the way, that's what I want to know because they're afraid of the fire. How did any of them light anything? They all have like cigars and cigarettes and stuff. And it's like,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, she keeps trying to light them, doesn't it? And they keep pulling away from her because she's got the match. But
they're all smoking anyway. See, this dude has 3 lit cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Weird. And they're all drinking beer
and water is part of the beer making process. So and they're covered in it right now.
I just love the flasher too.
Just like, yeah.
And his tiny trench coat.
He has an ace behind his ears. 2 aces behind his ears. That's why he gets shot.
The noir scene right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, the 80s fitness craze with the leg warmers.
The leg warmers. This scene just. This must have been one of the funnest scenes for them to film, but also one of the most frustrating to put together.
Probably,
yeah.
It was probably the most annoying scene to film, to be honest, because
once they got it all good to go, they probably had a lot of fun with it. They needed to get that in as few takes as possible.
That's true.
Because resetting all that shit up would have been really annoying.
Yeah.
And I mean, just even as we were saying before, the details with all the gremlins. Each one of these has different reactions, even just the ones in the background. It's crazy to think the amount of effort that went into this. Each one of them has like a distinct personality, you know? It's so... Yeah, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. Yeah. I just think that this is a true labor of love.
This is one of those scenes as well. You can probably like watch 5, 6, 7 times and you always find something new, like a little...
Yeah, in the background.
Thing in the background or whatever. It's it's awesome. I like it a lot.
Oh man, just the 80s one. It kills me. The alcohol of the shit in the Coca-Cola neutralizes the effect of water. It's science. Yeah,
got it. I got the Coca-Cola. Yeah.
So
now Coke Zero.
It's not the real Coca-Cola.
I can't drink that anymore. It's just that's gotten too sweet now. I only drink Coke Zero now.
You're not a true American, Dark Hour. You need to drink
only Coca-Cola. Zero stuff these days.
Yeah, I'm
doing all the diet shit's worse for you though. I'm not a big expert on it.
I'm gonna die anyway. What's the difference?
Yeah, I'd also love a painting of the Gremlins playing poker. It must be really
like seriously, what doesn't kill you nowadays? They're like, oh, eat this. Then 5 years later, after they tell you what to eat, they're like, oh, well, that turns out that was a bad idea. Sorry.
Just stick to meat, proper protein, butcher meat. Can't go wrong with that.
Now she starts flashbanging them with her camera, basically. And as we said before, we don't know how the fuck this thing works because they have lit cigarettes. They're afraid of fire. Nothing makes sense.
There's water in everything that they're drinking, getting all over themselves, but for some reason it's not enough.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, those are pretty simple rules. It's like in theory, but there's water everywhere.
That's the thing.
Just water
it's
in the
very hard to avoid.
Outside, it's just water. It's a water vapor around all the time.
Yeah.
As a true American, I usually get Mexican Coca-Cola. It has real sugar.
That's the thing that separates it is that they use real cane sugar in Mexican Coke.
Nice, man, dude. I haven't had sugar cane in a while, man. Damn.
And they still the standard is still glass bottles in Mexico. So
nice.
In the United States, we really don't. They only do the glass bottles for like special editions, so like the 75th anniversary, and they do them yearly for Christmas because of Coca-Cola has historically owned Christmas marketing. It's just the thing that they've done for.
That's actually weird now that you mention it, man. Because even in Ghana, a lot of it is still glass bottles of Coke that you have to when you buy it, especially if you buy it from like just a local store. Well, when I say store, I mean like a shipping container that is a store.
A shipping container that they dropped in the middle of the desert. There you go. It's a pop down store.
Yeah, basically. And so like when you buy from those stores, they ask you to return the bottle whenever you're done. So we used to buy crates of Coca-Cola with proper glass bottles, and when you're done, you just take the crates back. And so now that I've moved in France, it's true. I only see plastic bottles around. It's only during Christmas time that I see glass bottles of Coke. It's really weird, actually. Now that you mention it.
Oh, I mean, Coke is one of the reasons why Santa, the red of the suit, is so prominent in marketing. So
Coca-Cola, yep, marketing. Coca-Cola is number one in marketing. Yeah,
they were for a long time. That was the number one recognizable brand in the world for like 30 years or something like that. It was they did such a good job with their marketing that no matter where you went in the world, everyone, if you said Coke, they knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, and there's like literally no exception to that because I like you could go to some villages and shit like that, dude. They would have no Fanta, no Sprite, but they would give you a nice, refreshing bottle of Coca-Cola. It is crazy, man.
Here's a fun. So when I was in college, I dated this girl who a friend of her family's was like a bigwig at like he was a big for at least the New York market area for Coke. And he actually told me that they don't make money on actual Coca-Cola Classic. Like they make no money on that. They actually operate that at a loss. They make money on everything else, Gatorade, Coke Zero, but they operate at a loss for Coca-Cola Classic. It's only there, and the only reason they keep it is because it's recognizable.
Yeah. Man, Coca-Cola marketing geniuses, man. No. Now, going back to foreign shit and not speaking about American Coke, the trash car that he's driving is basically not working anymore. That's it. You should have listened to Dick Miller. R.I.P. Dick Miller at this point. But yeah, his car isn't working.
We'll see in 6 months when we do
Gremlins 2. And, they have to make a run for it. And the town is in complete chaos, as we saw. And just this still alone, dude, it reminds me so much. We need to do Scooby-Doo. We need to do Scooby-Doo.
You can tell Phoebe Cates is having the time of her goddamn life on this movie. It's just like she's just every scene she just hams it up and chews the scenery like crazy whenever she gets a chance to be like scared and or like whatever you want to call it happened in the bar. It's like
and now we get a weird ass fucking scene of backstory exposition. Like, what is this, man? Dark Hour, could you tell us the
want me to tell the story?
I just thought about it again. It's so over the top. It made me laugh so hard when I heard this.
Yeah, it seems to come out of nowhere as well.
Go ahead.
The gist of it is that it was Christmas Eve and they were decorating the tree and they were expecting her father to come home from work and he didn't. And they called the police. They filed like a missing persons report. No one had seen him and So a couple days go by. It's like, not quite the new year yet or whatever, and it's cold. And her mother goes, "Hey, go start a fire," and she can smell the decomp because he's been in there for several days, so he's decomposing. And the police come over, the fire department comes over, and they smash the chimney, and they find the body in there. And he slipped. He had Christmas presents. He came home from work early. He slipped. He fell down. First of all, it's fucking stupid. Never do this ever. But he slipped coming down the chimney and broke his neck and just kind of died in there, and no one knew for days. And and that's in the middle of this like comedic section of the movie where things are running around and destroying shit and has in the over the top hilarious ways. They just take this time to drag everybody down, and it's fantastic that they decide that nobody should be happy right now.
See, the thing that cracks me up, and that's maybe just be me in my mind, they don't go the route of, oh, he went in there and was stuck in there for a couple of days, because that's surely too grim. He falls in there and immediately breaks his neck and then decomposes.
They set up for that a little bit sooner, about like 20 minutes prior to this, because she mentions that she hates Christmas, but she won't say why. And but I almost feel like that of all the things, though, I feel like they should have set that up a little bit harder.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a couple opportunities that they could have said, like, she could have said something like, "Oh, I'm going to be at work in the bar at Christmas. We don't really celebrate it." Stuff like that. Because it might not have made it feel as out of nowhere if they would have planted some seeds a little bit more along the way. Other than that, I mean, the movie does move at a pretty good pace. Like, it never really settles. Yeah. So they might just not have had the spots to pick to do that. But it does. This scene will, I think, if you ask anybody, like, hey, you've seen Gremlins, what's the scene that stands out the most? And for not for a good reason, they're going to say this one every time.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like you have not only the lighting changes, but then the fucking Dutch angle kicks in, and then you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then she tells her story. You're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" It's like, why is this in this movie? It's like, all right, that's the way she hates Christmas. All right, cool. What am I supposed to do with this raw information?
Like, I can only imagine what the people who saw this in a theater were like when that had like, "Let's having a good time." Spend money on this movie, goddammit.
But yeah, now of course the dad is on his way home with the smokeless ashtray in the background over there, fuming. So he makes his way home while.
Hang on. We're not going to gloss over the smokeless thing because I think it's actually hilarious. So the guy who has this thing now is a smoker. So not only does it not smoke when he puts the cigarette in there, it makes the smoke so much worse that the smoker goes like, "No cigarette smoke."
I want to see what. So let me see I know that guy from something. I just can't figure it out off the top of my head. So I'm gonna look it up while you guys talk about the.
It's probably on IMDb or something.
Yeah, that's where I'm going right now. So let's see. Yeah. I'll look it up.
It's just funny that it just smokes even more, and then the smoke goes like, "Oh, this is unpleasant."
Yeah, dude, if it kills the smoker, that's when you know that your invention is completely fucked up.
Yeah, the tobacco industry is going to put the kibosh on this thing immediately. And we're like, we're supposed to kill them slower than this.
I'm surprised that hasn't been fucking sold yet. I mean, his gizmos seem to be doing a lot more harm than good.
True. I mean, probably because he just runs away and they may not track him or some shit like that. But yeah, one thing that I have with the movie, one issue is the fact that everyone in the town just disappears out of nowhere. Like, done. This is it. We see the town getting attacked, but surely there's some survivors, at least banded into a corner or something. But nope. Literally, it's a ghost town now, and all the gremlins are in the cinema watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That's it.
So I didn't miss anything. They just decided to all go there.
Yeah,
basically.
Gremlins, right? Yeah.
They all just decided to go to the cinema to watch a movie.
It's a classic.
They was like, "Yo, Snow White, let's go."
I love it when they're saying "Hi ho, hi ho." They're all there. Like, they're fucking.
I think it would be even more funny if there would be like like 2 or 3 people in the seats, and they were just ignoring them because they want to watch the movie. And they just sit there terrified, like, "What the fuck is happening?"
They get fucking blown up with the theater at the end. Just oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, they're all just.
I probably know him from Airplane. That's probably where I know him from. That
Probably.
seems to be that's the one that pops out for me out of all these. Apparently, he's also in Gremlins too, as a completely different person. So
I wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, and it's kind of just we need them all to be in one place at the same time, except for Stripes, of course, because he needs to go and get some candy. And yeah, so what they do is they sneak into the cinema and
yum.
They sneak into the cinema and they release the gas and they light some fire and they manage.
Because everybody knows you just have an open gas line in movie theaters.
Yep.
That's just
movie theaters. Yeah, dude. It's at least Final Destination 3 was actually creative with it, and they put a construction site next to the movie theater, so that could work. Okay, but
by the way, they would never see them here. They would never. This would have never worked.
No.
The Gremlins would have never seen them.
Nope.
Because the light comes from behind the Gremlins and not from inside
this is
the
a front projection.
Yeah.
So there would be no shadow on the screen. Also, front projection screens are not opaque. They're solid. That's rear projection screens are opaque. So this scene is completely wrong, and I worked in that industry for 10 years, and I'm going to show it off.
Now, of course, we need to have all of our Gremlins just die in one go. So I guess here we go. Let me play the clip.
I just like Stripe's reaction.
Stripe is pissed.
He's like, "God damn it! All my kids, all of them." There's one. If you didn't have it in the clip, but there's one Gremlin who they're all running around on fire, and then one of them runs by and isn't on fire.
Persian? Oh,
yeah, and he's just like, and that's my favorite one.
Oh man, but yeah, he finally kisses Phoebe Cates. That's it. The hero got the girl. Yeah, that's all you need, actually. The hero got the girl. But Stripes, of course, has escaped, and they follow him into the candy shop. Yeah, and yeah, Spike is just tormenting the shit out of Billy.
Right.
Yeah.
Stripe.
Now, of course.
Spike.
Oh no, I said Stripe, didn't I?
You said Spike. It's fine.
Oh shit, nah.
Fight.
Roll the clip, ladies and gentlemen. Go back on the stream. Let's see if I said Stripe or Spike. Come on.
I'll change it in post either way.
Oh, correct.
Before you screwed up, but you caught yourself. This time you didn't.
So now, of course, Phoebe Cates does what I guess women do in these weird third act things where they're just kind of relegated to the control panel. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the same shit, where they're just like, "Hey, you're following me into a sort of battlefield. Go into the control room and do that shit." Same thing happened with 13 Ghosts, dude.
She beasts through the junction box door, though. She just rips that thing right in half.
Yeah, dude. Man, I'm telling you, the same thing happened with 13 Ghosts.
With
Dark
Raw
Hour,
Digger.
Yeah, with Raw Digger, dude. It's like, what the fuck? So yeah,
she got knocked out, and then all of a sudden she was spinning hot beats. In
the control room. It's like, that's it. But she accidentally turns on the water, the fountain, and yeah, shit's getting real, man. So this is the scene that you were talking about with the fucking saw, dude. Yeah, these dudes have
like shurikens across the room.
Man, quickly too.
Yeah, Stripe has all the power. He goes nuts.
And then he runs away on his fucking little jigsaw bicycle.
That's all I could think of. Well, makes me wonder if that's where they got the idea for Jigsaw's puppet thing from.
I want to play the game.
Yeah, dude, it's a little jigsaw bicycle. And yeah, man, Billy is getting assaulted. Listen, I'm telling you, if it was a 1v1, I think that I would win. No joke. Because Billy goes out like kind of like a bitch, man.
Yeah, I mean,
all this stuff, though? Where do they get all this stuff? Where do they get the guns? Where does Gizmo get the fucking car? Where does he get his little bicycle?
They're in it's a department store. This has all these.
Store, yeah.
Yeah, but the gun store as well, they're functioning. I mean,
it's an American department store. The fact that there's only one gun is actually impressive.
I mean, the fact that
Lumar, you about to say something though? Lumar, you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, I mean, early in the film, you saw like the mother take down like 4 of them in like a minute.
Yeah, should have brought her along.
And he's struggling with just this one. It's like, yeah, he's a bit of a bitch.
Yeah,
I mean, he does immediately take an arrow to the arm, and it stays in there. So.
Yeah, but that's a tiny arrow. Like, look at that thing. That's a tiny working crossbow, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Billy's kind of a bitch at this point, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you all of us could take on Stripe easy.
Oh, you kick him in the head and he get decapitated instantly.
That's true.
Did you make sure there's a fireplace near?
I don't like it though, Gizmo tries. Gizmo actually comes through in the end, though. I mean, he starts off getting bullied by all these gremlins, but here he does show some fucking balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in America. We sell guns and potato chips here. Yep. That's how it is.
Hello, Rachel.
Let me see if I can find that picture of an American breakfast. Hold on.
America.
It's probably like a bourbon, a gun, and I don't know.
Basically, let me see if I can find it.
I've seen Man versus Food. I've seen your breakfasts.
Oh yeah, dude. Man versus Food was the true taste of American culture, and you had us looking like, what the fuck?
Here we go. This is like one of my
diners, drive-ins, and dives, dude.
Here's 12 2-inch thick pancakes covered in like a kilogram of bacon and maple syrup, and it's like.
I'm gonna have to eat something after the stream, man. We've been talking way too much food.
Dude, as a Frenchman, seeing American pancakes just, I don't know. It brought a tear to my eye. I said, man, look at how you guys ruined it. Jesus.
So much bacon. I like it's like 1 egg, 2 slices of toast, and 7 pounds of bacon.
Come on, 2 eggs. Just enough bacon, more sausage.
Whenever I just want a quick laugh, I look at that picture. I'm just like, it's so true.
I like that there's more guns on the coffee mug as well.
Yeah.
Dude, bacon, Jesus.
I agree.
Christ.
This is still not enough. You should see me when I go to an all-you-can-eat like buffet breakfast. I literally walk away with an entire plate of bacon, and they're like, "Is that for the table?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sitting."
Yeah, I'm sitting on that table.
It's all you can eat. You got to get in there first.
Exactly.
Oh man, I'm telling you. You eat grits, Dark Hour?
Yeah, grits are good.
Man, I still haven't had grits, man.
Not super common in my area, but you can still get them. It's like you can get them at a diner. That's more of a southern thing, but you can still get them here.
Yeah.
Make your own bacon. Yeah, thank you, Razorhead. It'll be hard to make my own bacon, dude. First, I need to get the pig. Then after that, I need to, kill it.
Pig roast is good. You get the roasted pig. You come over with a knife, you just cut it right off. It's really good.
Oh yeah, I've had pig roast, man.
Yeah.
I like it.
I always have a pig under my table if I want some bacon. It's like I'm just gonna cut it off right now.
you do like Europeans and ham. That's how it is. Just have a fucking huge.
Just never accept that Canadian bacon. That's not real bacon. That's not American bacon.
That's why they put Canadian in front of it.
There's like an exchange rate where the flavor just goes away during the exchange rate. I don't know.
Can't beat a nice bit of roast beef though. Nice bit of gravy, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, roast beef is nice.
Lovely.
I'm trying to look up what exactly Canadian bacon is. The first thing that comes up is
it's more of a
movie from 1995. What?
Canadian bacon?
No, Canadian bacon is more of a. Yeah, it's more of a deli
thicker cut. Okay, it's more ham.
Well, yeah, but it's more it's not the same. You don't like fry it the same way. A lot of people actually just eat it as is.
I'm seeing a pic. I'm so fucking hungry now. Jesus Christ.
You got this stream, Metal. You can go get food. We're cool with it. We're really chill. Go grab something to eat.
No,
just be back for the
not that bad.
Dude,
I'm already on vacation. I can just eat a pizza at 1 a.m. I don't give a shit.
Now, of course, Stripes is out here with a chainsaw. The chainsaw, which just drags him away, right? That's what happens. The chainsaw drags him away.
Yeah,
after
he kind of goes back and goes like, ooh.
I love that because if you look close, they actually accounted for the fact that there would be marks on the floor. They didn't just forget that. You can see the line.
Nice. Yeah. Of course, cute ass Gizmo is just here driving his little Barbie car, and he's here to save the day because I guess that's why they made Billy a bitch so that they could have Gizmo come and save the day. But I mean, let's face it. As Metal said, it's kind of like the Chucky movies. You'd probably destroy that motherfucker easily, 100%.
This is cool, but the second one when he goes full fucking Rambo, that's what. Really cool.
that one is really good, dude. Now, of course, he has a gun, and he's not afraid to use it. The gun that we saw that he had previously in the bar because he shot the dude that was trying to cheat at poker.
No, it wasn't. No, this isn't that same gun. I mean, it might be the same prop, but it's he walks over and it's under the glass, and he goes water.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah,
you're right.
Like, God,
it might be the same prop, but it was definitely
But yeah, man, he's basically just taunting Billy at this point. He knows that he's won. He's next to the water now.
He's getting wet though right now. His hand is in water.
Yeah,
so like he should already be.
Oh, when he gets closer to it, he's already getting sprinkled with like water.
Yeah.
But his hand is actually in the water because that's the top of the fountain. So that's the one that fills up the most.
But they needed the shot where he goes like, "Look, I'm doing it now." It's like, no, you've been doing it for the last 2 minutes. I've seen it.
He's a villain, man. He has to give the obligatory, villain monologue before doing whatever he has to do, so that the hero has time to rescue him. Yeah? That's why he says Gizmo, caca. It's like, boom. Done.
That's the extent of what a villain monologue should be.
Now I do have the clip of our villain dying. So F's in the chat for Stripes, ladies and gentlemen.
That's kind of what happens when Irish people go on the beach.
Dude, any ginger person just fucking dies in the sun. That's it. Done.
My favorite is when he pops back out though, and he's just melting. Yeah, there's that one. Yeah.
This thing. This actually looks really, really cool. I like it.
Disgusting.
Yeah, there's some shit that you'd probably see in a museum. Just like it's nasty.
It's brutal death as well. I mean, he has all his fucking flesh melted off, and he's still alive while it's happening. Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, he's dead now.
It would be funny if as he falls in, so he's dying, he falls in, and then he starts shooting off the eggs, but the eggs are also dying because it's whatever form they're in at the moment. So like they just hatch dead.
Yeah, that would have been really horrific for PG. They probably did something like that, but they were like, "Yeah, we gotta keep it PG." That was it. But of course, nothing happened. It was just mass hysteria as always.
Hysteria.
So there was actually one line. I don't know if because I actually it was the first time I ever really registered to me when I watched it this time. The radio station guy, Rock and Rick or whatever it was, he says that the National Guard or something or the Marine are coming in and they're going to turn the fire hoses on them. And I was like, oh yeah, actually this is kind of race against the clock because if they don't do this, they're the army's going to show up and make it worse.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even it's like mass hysteria. Where the fuck are the masses, dude?
They vanished.
They literally disappeared. This is a ghost town. The masses are gone. But Gizmo is being nursed back to health because when he opened the blinds, he fucking shot into the roof at 20 kilometers per hour. It just ragdolled him around. And we get a visit for you Americans in the chat.
Or 12 or something. I don't know the math for it.
But of course, the Asian man is back to visit us and collect Gizmo. Now he does give us a compliment. He gives us a compliment about the smokeless ashtray, which of course becomes relevant now. Says yes, it's a good invention. It's like, all right, cool. A dude at the gas station tried to sell it to me. He's like, yeah. What did he say? He's like, the next step in modern innovation or some shit like that. It's like, okay, cool. And he collects Gizmo again, and Gizmo does say goodbye, which is pretty cool.
Bye, like, Billy.
Yeah, this is actually the creepiest
Gizmo. Says bye to the dog as well. I was like, bye, woof, woof.
Yeah.
So one thing I am noticing, the more light is in the scene, the weird, like that's when you kind of can see
the puppet.
It doesn't look quite as good,
right?
Which who knows? That might have actually been one of the reasons why they wrote into the movie that not to have it in bright lights and stuff to avoid that. That would actually, maybe if that was the reason, that would be insanely smart of them.
But they didn't fucking dim the lights for this scene, did they?
They're not. That's pretty dim until you get over to the door.
Yeah, the door is fucking shiny as hell, dude.
He just thumbs up and Gizmo just explodes. Like, oh fuck.
Gizmo would have fucking fried. But yeah, then so yeah, this is the smokeless ashtray. The next step in innovation. It's like, oh, cool, nice.
Yeah, because that thing comes up in the second one.
I don't remember. It probably does actually.
Okay.
I haven't seen the second one like 2 or 3 years, but it probably does. And yeah, there it is. A nice, beautiful, actually, really, really cool painting to finish the movie on.
Yeah, it looks neat.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And,
it's got that very dark, atmospheric Christmas look, and yeah, I mean the same thing with the shots where Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates are walking around the town and it's all empty and all the cars are crashed. I like that shot as well. Something about the isolation, I just love looking at it.
And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. And that was Gremlins. And here's some behind-the-scenes shots where we can actually see the puppetry at work.
That's a lot of Gremlins.
A lot.
But yeah, if you look, like each one of them, like none of their teeth are exactly the same. Like,
yeah.
So, like, some of them have white around the eyes, other ones don't. Like I'm sure there's a few that are pretty similar, but at least when they did the close-ups, they tried to make it the ones that look a little different.
And then there he is at the top left, Joe Dante. And of course, yeah, this is how they filmed the stuff on the right there with all the puppeteers under the tables. Like, dude, it must have been hell. It must have been horrendous. But at least it's good because you have the actors actually working with something, physically. So that must have been way easier for them to do. But yeah,
we did have one other super chat pop in. I missed it before. Blue Collar Loser. The reboot is inevitable. Let's all accept it. Oh man, but yeah, so yeah, now we normally go around the horn and kind of give our final thoughts. Since we started with Lumar last time, let's start with Northern English Bastard this time.
It's a classic. It's dumb, but it's fun. It knows what it is. It doesn't pretend to be anything else, and that's why it's still enjoyable even to this day. And the puppet work is still fucking amazing. It's got the horror and the comedy, and it balances it really well. Even though there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense, but yeah, you take it for what it is.
He's excited to get some opium again. Talking about.
Metal, what's your final thoughts on the film?
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. As I said, it was my first watch. When I told Maul I'm going to watch this for you guys or with you guys, he's like, "Oh, you should watch the second one too because that one is also really good."
It is fun.
I intend to do
it on there as well, which is awesome. And what's the name of the guy? Him who played Lex Luthor's dad in Smallville.
I know that. I know who he is, but I don't know his name. I know who he is. I visually I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his name escapes me, but he played the Riddler in the Batman animated series. He's been in a lot of DC stuff as well. He's a very, very It's one of those actors you see all the time, and now the name escapes me.
Yeah, he was also the wasn't he like the mad scientist in Batman and Robin?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Like no, you should die, and just runs her into all the chemicals.
But dude, Metal, you should check out Gremlins too, man.
I have it on the schedule for next year, so we'll just invite it back. I mean, we'll have to work it out because our show, we're moving the show to Sunday, and I know you do your show on Sunday as well.
That's true, yeah.
That's true. We'll talk about it. We'll figure something out.
It is basically just this, but completely unhinged.
Yeah. They take off all the filters of anything that they try to be like, oh, let's take this part a little serious. No, it's fucking through the roof insanity in the second one. Like, I'm not even joking you. There's a scene where they're watching a movie. The movie gets cut, and then all of a sudden Hulk Hogan stands up, tears his shirt off.
What you gotta do, brother?
And that sums up the whole movie right there. That's all you need to see to know what you're getting into.
Yeah, it gets really meta. TV law, didn't they? They had John Wayne in the TV version, but Hulk Hogan
they changed it for for the TV version for some reason. I don't know why. I think it might have had something to do because around that time the WWF had like the steroid allegations.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they may have done like an edit or something at the end. I don't know, but
yeah. No, I can see that because Hulk Hogan was like in the middle of that thing as well. He was like really involved.
Yeah.
We like Gremlin. Good stuff.
Lumar. By the way, thank you for coming on, Metal. It was a pleasure having you, and also Lumar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
is. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't really a film that I used to think about, but after rewatching it like a few times over the past year, it's pretty good film. It's perfect. It's got a bit of a weird niche where it's not really the best for kids, I'd guess, but it's not too mature, so you can just kind of chill out and enjoy the hectic, frantic sort of chaos that is the Gremlins. And yeah, it's pretty chill vibe with it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's more for all the kids, really, isn't it? Though kids who can handle the more darker stuff.
Kids who can watch something get put in a microwave and exploded,
yeah, or watch a guy's hat get pulled out in fucking Temple of Doom. It's one of those.
I'm guessing that Snakes follows you pretty closely, Metal.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Snakes. I don't know no snakes. Man, but yeah. Well, that's what we do around here. We pull people out of semi-retirement on Two Hoes. I've gotten a few people back into streaming. So
we skipped 1 week in the Forge. 1 week.
Well, we only do bi-weekly. Sometimes we'll do back-to-back weeks, like this week and next week. But for the most part, we only do bi-weekly. That way, we have like sub shows that we do. We have a trivia show. We have other things. But you know, it's a lot of work for Uninspired to put these together, and I don't want to be like, hey, yeah, I need one every week. I need you to.
I fucking die if we have to do this every week with the prep, dude.
Speaking of which, Uninspired. I mean, this one was kind of your idea anyway. So, like, what is your final thoughts?
I like Gremlins, man. I said before, I think that Joe Dante is arguably in my top 5 favorite directors ever. I love everything that he does. I think that he represents the B-movie culture so well, and Gremlins is just, I guess you could say, his biggest budget B-movie, which is interesting. But because it actually
was, I don't even know.
No, probably. I guess.
I mean, they had a lot of animatronics. So
animatronics, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Animatronics are expensive.
Yeah, I mean, 11 million in 84. So what are you talking about? Probably about 35-ish million, I guess.
Probably, yeah. I mean, even 11 million is not too much, actually. It's not that much. But yeah, I really like Gremlins. If people watching this stream on the restream or in the chat have never seen it, go watch it. Go watch Gremlins 2 as well. You're gonna have a blast. And other Joe Dante movies in the similar vein. Go watch Small Soldiers. You'll enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be 35.4 million.
Yeah, Small Soldiers is great, dude.
I do remember it being pretty darn good, though. So
yeah,
I am emissary of
I think it was one of the last films with Phil Hartman as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. True.
Yeah.
Right before his wife. Yeah.
yeah.
I think World War II
unalived him.
War.
Yeah.
I was actually watching. I was watching Jingle All the Way recently, and I remember
just yesterday with the wife. Yeah.
And I was thinking to
myself,
I was like, I really wish I could have seen where this guy's career would have went down the line, because he had, he was really coming to his own. He was on SNL for a while, and he was always one of the better cast members during that time. And then he had a couple of good movies right out the gate where he was playing good, like funny roles. And then this stuff with his wife happened, and we'll never know where his career could have went, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently she was a really horrible person as well. She was always talking shit about.
Usually, murderers not the best. People,
I know. I mean, yeah, she was obviously
generally not put on a pedestal of greatness often. But as for me, for my final thoughts, any movie that crosses genres well, like almost seamlessly, like this, you have others that do it: action, horror, sci-fi horror. Anytime you can kind of blend multiple genres together and get a really good result at the other end, I love it, because I think that's one of the hardest things to do in film. It's easy to stay in one lane and be like, I'm really good at this one thing and I just want to do this one thing. But if you can branch out a little bit, and this is a really good example of that, there's the comedic aspects. They get serious when they need to, which isn't very often, but they do from time to time. And it's well paced. It runs quickly. It's about an hour 45, maybe a little bit more than that, and it doesn't really feel. It almost feels like you're just watching an episode of a show. Like it doesn't really drag at any point. Maybe it does have that random speed bump where she talks about her dead dad, but other than that moment, nothing really derails the plot. It just kind of goes seamlessly from scene to scene to scene really well. Even when they bust it up and go to this person and this person, it makes sense with what's going on in the other scene. So yeah, I mean that's that. This is one of those ones. Sometimes when things come up on to us, it's like it's a movie I love, but I'm like, I got to really put aside time to watch that one, because it's deep. It's or it's a long movie. This one I was like, I can literally bang this out in an hour and a half, pretty much, for like a little bit over an hour and a half right before the show, and that's what I did. Yep. So, yeah, man, that's about it.
Just eat buffalo wings, dude, because he said frog legs and snails. Listen, dude, frog legs.
I've had frog legs before. They're not bad.
Yeah, they taste like.
The problem with frog legs is there's like no meat on them, so you have to eat like 30 of them.
Yep, but yeah, dude, frog legs are fantastic. You gotta eat some. Snails depends on how it's cooked, but. Depends on.
I'm convinced. So I'm really convinced that French bistros are really just what poor people convinced other people to eat and pay for. It's like, here's some snails and some frog legs and some. I was trying to make vinegar. Norman Barud I'll call it $2. Thoughts on Sonic 3 and Red 1? Did not see Red 1.
Sonic 3's
Sonic
out?
3.
It's okay.
Yeah, Sonic 3 just came out 2 days ago.
Oh,
I liked it a lot. There's diminishing returns though. I'm writing a review on it. I'm hoping to get that review out 23rd. I'm hoping to I don't want it to come out on Christmas. Obviously, I don't want to drop a video on Christmas. But there's some diminishing returns. It's losing some of its novelty. That's what I would say. But it's still fun. I think Keanu Reeves did a pretty good job as Shadow. All the voice acting's good. And Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey. I'm surprised he did the same role 3 times. He hates doing sequels. So,
yeah, I haven't seen Sonic 3, sadly. I didn't even know that it was out, to be honest with you. I saw the trailers and stuff, but I haven't even seen Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. So Dark Hour keeps telling me to watch them.
love the Sonic movies. This one, like I said, so I never can decide whether 1 or 2 is better of Sonic, because I really love Knuckles. He's my favorite character, and he's so prominent in the second movie. And I really like how Idris Elba did him. But this one, they dial back a lot of the characters because they want to really emphasize Shadow and Sonic. So, like, Knuckles kind of goes the wayside. He's in the movie, but he's not as prominent, and Tails is not as prominent, and so that might also be affecting my opinion. My favorite character kind of got sidelined a little bit. But I think the first two movies are great. This one was pretty good too. You know, like I got to see it again though. I have to watch it again to really get a full grasp on it.
All right. Well, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to plug your shit. Okay. Well, this is the part of the show where you let the people know what you're doing, what you've done.
Everybody loves that metal. Don't worry. I started. I don't know if you saw it, Inspired. I started using it over on B-Sup as well.
Fuck it, dude. You gotta plug your shit, man. I used to always say, yeah, it's time to plug your shit. So Dark Hour said, yeah, fuck it. Let me make like a nice little graphic for that. So yeah, it's time to plug your shit, ladies and gentlemen. Lumar, we'll start with you. Let the people know what you've done, what you're gonna do, where you're gonna be. Yeah, just let them know where to find you, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I do media stuff. You know, I don't really have a set schedule, so just the video's out when it's out. Things might be topical things. I made stuff on, you know, recent stuff like Agatha All Along and that new Star Wars Skeleton Crew. But I also do old stuff like the Alien versus Predator Requiem and yeah, just whatever picks my fancy, really. Yeah, just positive and negative stuff, you know, old and new stuff. Just occasionally I do live streams and a bit of gaming and that.
Nice.
And yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well, dude, thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure to have you on, dude.
Yeah, it was nice to be here.
I'll tell Dark Hour. Well, I'll pester Dark Hour to grab you onto the show again. You're coming back on.
I mean, I talked to him pretty frequently. I was in one of his videos. I clearly like the guy.
I don't give a shit, Dark Hour.
I wrote a whole section myself for the video and was like, I will record this for you.
Yeah, really appreciate you doing that. But yeah, this is the first sort of podcast thing I've been on. And yeah, it's just been nice to just kind of chill and talk to other content creators about a topic. And yeah, I'd be more than happy to do it again.
Hell yeah, man.
We'll get you in there. I'll show you the schedule for next year. We'll see.
Luke, what about you, man? Plug your shit.
Oh, for Christmas Eve, I've got Joya Noel, which is still blocked in some countries. It's unlisted. Yeah. I'm hoping the copyright gets cleared before Christmas Eve.
Who has the copyright? Studio Canal or is it Gaumont?
Yeah, it's partially blocked just for one little moment. And right, I edited it, uploaded it again. Now it's another scene that's copyrighted.
I'll show you a little trick, Luke, after we're off. I'll show you the trick of how to figure out that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll probably get cleared. It's only like one little scene. It probably might not be a big deal, but we'll see what happens. And
did you escalate immediately to appeal?
Not yet, no.
Just escalate it to appeal. Don't even if it's blocked, just escalate directly to appeal. Don't worry about the.
It's only partially blocked in a few countries, so it's
if it's blocked if it's blocked anywhere, you can escalate immediately to appeal, and you don't have to worry about dispute. Just go right to appeal. It's quicker. I promise you.
Yeah, and I might do a little quick live stream to maybe get my thoughts on some movies I did not get a chance to review. Just like get a few films, quick thoughts, and move on. And I think that's it for now this year. At least this year, anyway.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on, and of course, I'll have Dark Hour get you on sooner than later. Hey, listen, you do the scheduling. I do the slides.
He's been on before. You act like I have never booked him.
Luke, you gotta tell him you want to be on more often. Just force him.
Well, yeah, because I'm usually on other live streams as well, and I think I might be back on with Losers Lounge if Blue Collar Loser decides to do it again this Monday. But we'll see what's happening anyway, because it's a bit more busier these days.
Oh, you got a real job, like a real man.
Yeah.
Oh, not a boy like this guy.
Shame on him.
Meta, what about you, man? Plug your shit.
Oh, so much shit everywhere. It's sticky on the walls. I mean, not on my channel, not that much happening.
The shit is as sticky as orange juice out of a Peltzer machine.
Was that a purposeful reference to Dumb and Dumberer? Please tell me that was.
Because I think I'm the only person.
No. Oh, I was like, I think I'm the only person who's ever seen that movie.
No, so I'm leaving to the long man lands after Christmas, so there won't be any like gaming live streams happening. I might do one on Christmas Eve, just after family stuff is done. Though I just hang out and play some video games. But every Sunday we do The Forge over on my channel, which is just media discussion, new stuff, old stuff, whatever is currently going on. Sometimes video games, whatever Mark and I like to talk about, and that has like all kinds of guests as well. We have pre-recorded ones that are going out when I'm over at the Long Man. We got the Batman and 2 episodes of the Penguin.
Ooh,
so those are full breakdowns. Those are coming out the next 3 weeks while I'm gone. So there's still stuff coming out.
That was actually the first movie we ever did on this show. Was the Batman?
Oh, sick!
Yeah, it was.
When I'm back, I intend to finish my reviews of Rings of Power, because for some reason Rings of Power was the one where I decided to do videos again after I did the one John Wick 3 video 4 years ago. So yeah, I'm like halfway through. I have episode 5 is like halfway done, but then work decided to be like, you don't get to work on videos anymore for a while because we're busy now. It's like, okay. And then just setting up all the streams and stuff and prep those. So yeah, just a reality check of time. I guess we can just do that much. But yeah, I'm just random gaming streams like once or twice a week. Depends on how much time I have. And then I'm on EFAB all the time, do that stuff. And I won't be gone from the internet while I'm there, because when I'm at Marlos, we're going to be streaming on his channel and just play video games and just hot seat those.
I also booked you for B-Sub, don't forget.
You did, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's
You
true.
forgot.
No, I read it earlier today. But yeah, we're doing a playthrough of Dark Souls 2, because that is a promise I made years and years and years ago, that I will replay that game with all bosses when I reach 10,000 subs. That happened 2 months ago. So
that was around when I hit 10,000, about like 3 months ago. So we're about on the same. Yeah, we're
10K buddies, let's go.
We're about on the same like trajectory.
Sick. So yeah, I assume I'm going to be an open bar when I'm over there. That's what happened the last 2 years. I just get dragged in there.
No, open bars. They're not doing open bar. The last one was 2 days ago for the year, so they're not doing another one. But
okay, well, then we have more time to play video games. But more or less like 700 streams every week. So I don't know. I probably pop up somewhere.
Mahler just needs to. What he just needs to do is he needs to train someone to speak exactly like him and just appear, have a voice double somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, things are on the way. More things to come next year. So yeah, that's me. I just realized how much things I do. I should stop. I gotta say though, now that my vacation's done, I don't have work. It was so much nicer this week to just prep the things I wanted to prep, because I have like over 8 hours more every day. It's just it's nice. I could just do this, and then I can chill out, and then I can do more things the next day. It's nice.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. I wish I was on vacation right now. But dude, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on. All 3 of you, actually.
Thanks for having me. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we see you again soon on Two Hosts. And Dark Hour, it's time to plug your shit.
So yeah, I put out a video. It's my first ever like trailer react video. I couldn't just do me on camera, just being like, "Oh, this is cool." So I actually wrote a real script and like kind of explained myself. I'm not sure how well it's going to do. It's way shorter than things that I normally do, so probably not that well because the algorithm's weird. But other than that, we have another show next week. Obviously, I'm on BSUP every week. I want to put together my Sonic 3 review. Hopefully, like I said, I'm going to be trying to finish that in the next 2 days or so. If I can, at minimum, if I can get it out on Christmas Eve, that's the latest. I will not put out a video on Christmas. Last year I put a video out on Christmas. It was like the worst idea ever. And so yeah, it no one watched it. It took like a month for people to even realize it existed. And so I'm not going to do that
on Christmas, dude. That's why.
Yeah, but that's what I got going on. And next week we have what do we have next week? We have The Last Crusade. Indiana Jones: Last Crusade. I'm actually I was just messaging some people about that earlier today. So
yeah, we're finishing the indie trilogy at this point. Yeah, I think we've done everything this year. We did
Yeah, we did
we
all
did.
3 in the calendar year. That was the yearly franchise. So next year's yearly franchise is Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
that'll be 40 years as well next year. 40 years.
Yeah, if you actually look at the way I schedule, I usually schedule around anniversaries of movies, mostly because on the off chance the algorithm gets a spike for it, it might help. I think it's happened like twice where the algorithm caught it. But it's better to have that possibility than not.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, I guess that leaves me, man. So what do I have to plug? I don't really know, dude. I'm basically working 45-hour work weeks.
How's that Old Boy video coming along?
I'm deader than the Old Boy video, to be honest with you, dude. I've been working on that shit for 2 years at this point. But yeah, I don't really have anything to plug because I just legitimately have no time. I've been working 45-hour work weeks, 7 days a week for Christmas, so I legitimately just have no time to sit down or do anything. But I will be back in January. Maybe I might do a stream on the 26th because I'm not working. I don't know. Maybe I'll play something.
Day.
Yeah, probably.
You and me should just do a stream on that day, and we should just watch a boxing movie and just call it the boxing stream.
The boxing stream.
It's either that, or I'll probably be half asleep, or I'll just try and start playing Dark Souls 2 or something like that. Because I finished Dark Souls 1.
Everyone's played Dark Souls 2, apparently.
Dude, listen, I made a tweet like 6 or 7 months ago. I was like, man, I tried all these From Software games. They're not for me. They're too hard.
This is what we'll do. We'll all coordinate. We'll all start Dark Souls 2 at the same time on one stream. 4 corners.
Go to 3. Don't leave Dark Souls 2 alone.
I know. I've heard a lot of people say.
There's the reason I said I'm only gonna do it if I have reached 10,000.
Oh, this is what we'll do. You do 2, I'll do 3. Uninspired, you do 1, and we'll play all of them at the same time, and people can get all 3 of them.
Dark Souls movie.
Yeah, I literally finished Dark Souls 1 like 3 weeks ago. No, not even 2 weeks ago. So I was happy because
I gotta get back to the gaming streams.
I'm telling you, dude. The gaming streams are fun. I need to get a second monitor though if I want to stream gaming.
So it's funny because I actually do have I capture carded my old PS3 so I could play like older games that I like for it. So I literally have my old PS3 capture carded right into like it's as legit as you can get. There's no emulation, no illegal emulation coming from me. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
The fun thing is I have all the capture equipment, but then I put the retro things on there, and then it's like all weird and stretch, and just go to emulation again.
No, it works.
Great, I have it, but now it doesn't work properly.
As long as it's an HD console, you don't have that. Obviously, if you do like NES or SNES,
I tried SNES before, and it looks really weird. PlayStation 1 as well. But
pretty much anything from what was the generation for N64 and PlayStation? Was that Gen 4 consoles?
Was that Gen 4 or 3? I can never remember.
But that generation back is just really hard to do.
Yeah.
You got to just...
It's like really good capture device, but they cost like $300-400. So
mine cost like $20 and it works just fine.
Yeah.
So I guess that's pretty much all we have left.
Cool.
Yep. Just want to say massive thank you, of course, once again to everyone on the panel. Thank you guys for coming on. Big thank you to
change all this shit. Like media assets. What the hell is this? I'm trying to find the outro.
it's media assets, yeah. And big thank you to everyone in the chat as well as everyone who sent in super chats, man. Thank you guys for watching watching live. Well, technically, hi to everyone on the restream.
The restream. So this one will be restreamed again just to be in order. So there's going to be another one. I'll leave it up for a couple of days though. So anyone could catch it, but it will be kind of ripped down and then put back on in the proper order.
And of course, Merry Christmas to everyone in advance, because we'll be here next week. But Merry Christmas to all of you. Hope you guys have a good rest, and of course, hope you guys enjoy your holiday season. All right, cheers, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Cheers.